Hello, everyone. Welcome to Edge of Legend here on Nat 20 Productions, official here on Twitch. So good to see these awesome friends and faces back from our 3-week break for the holidays and New Year's, and so good to see you too. Welcome back. Well, let's get right into it with a quick introduction to all these people that you see before you, and a small recap if you didn't go back and check it out on our YouTube, Nat 20 Prods on YouTube. You can go and watch the last episode 42 of season 2. But let's just get ahead of myself. Let's just get right into it. Let's start off by saying hello to Sidney. Sidney, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sidney. No, Reef Psyche. I'm not DMing tonight.
You're in the DM spot.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a switch. We switched it. We're back.
My apologies. The Zoom call, I guess, switched on me, and I did not notice, so it's fixed now.
Yeah.
That would be... Surprise! Welcome to the new year, 2023. My name is Sidney. I am running the show now. Just kidding. I'm definitely not.
Well, wait.
I play Alona, the Cloister Cleric.
That's what I was going to say. PJ'd be playing Alona. Oh, there would be some trouble.
But then Sidney gets to play Morel.
Yes! No! One of these days, one of these episodes, we gotta do a switcheroo. We gotta.
Wait,
just saying.
Body switching episode.
Yes! Yes!
All I gotta say is Dragon is Druid.
Dragon is Druid.
Body switching episode. Zoom is definitely not a good format to do a musical episode, but if we could, I would one day.
Okay.
One day.
Well, hear me out on the musical episode.
What's up?
We
What's up?
pre-record the songs.
And play the audio. We could try that out.
Interesting. It could, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it'll turn into like the Buffy musical episode, which arguably is actually my favorite episode of the entire show, but that's besides the point. Hi, my name is Sidney. I'm playing Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Very nice. Well, moving right along, let's say hello to Randy. Randy, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Howdy, howdy. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am playing Lothair Van Linson, our human druid. I almost said ranger. That's not true. We have one of those. And then our pronouns are he, him.
Excellent. Well, since you said ranger, let's go check in on Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. Sorry, I'm answering work emails. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Nice. Well, next up, we have... I almost called you Dragon. We have Wes.
I'll take it at this point.
Well, yeah. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, clearly Dragon, and your pronouns, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wes. I play Dragon Targir, the Duskwalker Magus. We're both he, him, and I'm so excited to be back here. I can't even tell you. So, let's blow stuff up.
Heck yeah. Well, my name is PJ. I am the GM for Edge of Legend at Nat 20 Productions Official here on Twitch. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. And I'm also very excited to see everyone again. It's been 3 weeks, and my brain was like, that's 1 week too long. And so it's great to have everyone back. Quick recap, and then we'll get right into it. Back at the end of 2022, the heroes... What the heck? Sorry, apparently I've lost just enough power, but not all the power for some reason. I'll fix that in just a second. So, yeah, I don't know. All the lights just died. Anyway, play in the dark. So, yeah, 2022, Sorry, I'm still laughing at it. The heroes found out that one of the big bads, a rogue wormkin of the Five Brothers named Arbad, Arbad is working for Cordomot, the Green King, the big evil bad who's trying to destroy the world this time. Arbad is trying to find a blade that was held in season 1 by the big evil character, General Korokos. This green blade, the blade of the War King, is buried in the ocean with the massive castle that sunk as well. And Arbad's going to get it for a ritual to help the Green King. Well, the heroes decided, amongst a lot of other things that they have understood and found out and affected, that they want to go stop Arbad from getting the sword before anything bad happens. So they go to Agrippa upon Uber, the south area of the Adelphon continent, where the War of the Five Nations happened, where Korikos was defeated. And from there, found out that the NCC, the non-caffeine compliance, was in effect there as well. And unfortunately, Ichi was still not able to get any coffee. There was no coffee in Dragon's Grave, and there's no coffee in Agrippa upon.
Oh,
There goes
Oh, no.
the rest of the power.
oh no, the power
That's
did
exactly
actually
what I
die.
was
All right,
Oh
Sydney,
my-
you're up. You're
Yep,
actually
all right.
the tonight.
DM Sydney.
Did we call it? Did we
made
call
it into
it?
being.
Oh my god.
So, okay, based on what just happened, my thought is somebody is flipping power switches at his house trying to fix something, and they don't know which one is which.
Oh, that's a good one.
You
Yeah.
think what? Okay, so this is the thing. PJ's ring light has a battery in it,
Uh-huh.
and his computer has enough battery to last for about 2 minutes before it dies because it's an old ass laptop.
But
Oh.
the internet would
Oh,
have cut
he's
out.
gone.
Yeah, the internet would have cut out if the power had completely gone out.
That's a good point. That's valid.
Well,
All right,
Big
well,
bummer.
uh,
All right,
can't-
Sydney, start us
Yeah,
off.
you
so,
can't-
so
All
what,
right.
what's going on?
Did
So-
you finish the recap?
We did no. Where did we stop? Where
Alright,
did we stop?
I'm gonna switch this to this one just because I'm the game master now.
Damn it!
Unlimited
What?
fireballs for everyone.
Finally
I
just
vetoed
finished
it.
one.
Hello everyone, my name is Fladwick, and I am going to be your dungeon master for now.
Oh,
God.
not Fwedwick.
Fladwick is here. Yeah.
Who is Fwedwick? Could
We
you
need
tell
to
us?
educate. We need to
okay.
educate the
Audience.
chat who
Yeah.
Fledwick is.
Fledwick.
Fladwick.
So for PJ's birthday, what we did was we rented out a castle and we played a Pathfinder game that Wes generously ran for us in his homebrew world, Yeet for Initiative, if you hadn't seen it, amazing show. So Wes built this entire beautiful campaign for all of us to play in, and then we get to the night of the event and we're all wasted. And we can't get past this one point where Wes introduces this bad guy named Fledwick.
Fladwick.
Fledwick.
And we can't stop saying it for like the rest of the night.
We still can't. Don't even act like it's just for that night. Anytime we hear it, we mimic it. Let's be
But
real.
I'm also going to play devil's advocate here and say Wes knew what Wes was doing when Wes
Oh,
created
absolutely.
the character. This was not just a name. Wes came into that character description. Hi, my name is Fredwick. And I was like, no, I can't.
like drunk or not, this is not gonna go well, guys.
So
Wes, you have to give your best PJ impression. It's a request from Skagwater RPG in the
Okay.
chat. I know it's gonna be good. Ah! Do it again. You got some muscles there.
I'm working. I started my New Year workouts, so I'm not quite PJ level, and probably will never be quite PJ level because the man is a mountain. But I'm working on it. Okay,
I
I'm
got
getting
some
there.
muscles too. Is it tiny?
just keep working on it.
You gotta go. You gotta go to the Church of Iron,
I was gonna say,
which is
Push
I'm
ups.
assuming PJ's church.
Honestly, I really do believe that if PJ had all the money in the world, he would open his own gym and it would be called the Church of Iron. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I would actually go to that gym because that sounds actually really fucking funny.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm like imagining we buy a church in the South and convert it to a gym.
Wow.
hold on.
You're muted, Randy.
Hold on.
Randy, you're muted.
Randy, you're muted.
I would say Wes likes to say we're gonna buy all these things, and I just keep thinking to myself, I don't have the money to buy it.
I don't have the money for most things, but I like to think about stuff, okay? Whenever I come up with an idea on something, I'm like, let's do all of these things. And they're like, do you have all of these things money? And I'm like, no. And they're like, so how are we going to do all those things? Imagination.
Okay, but if we do buy a church, especially in the South, like, we know that shit's gonna be haunted. Let's be real.
Oh, absolutely.
First of all, so do we want to bring this upon ourselves? The haunting.
I kind of want to own a haunted church. I'm not gonna lie.
See, but like, it's one thing to be haunted. Hear me out. It's one
Okay.
thing to be haunted. It's another thing to have like demons running around. You know?
That is fair. Those are different.
And I feel like it's not just normal hauntings for churches. It's like demons and shit.
But it's supposed to be hallowed ground. How do they get there?
Weird.
No comment.
I think we've all played enough TTRPGs to know.
Ooh, Reap
Exactly.
Psyche has posted a question in
Okay.
chat, and I really want to know the answer of this.
Okay.
He says, if Dragon could date any of the NPCs, which one would it be and why?
Oh, no.
That's a good one.
That
That
is
is a good one.
Very good question.
Morel. Just kidding.
I mean, probably, yeah. No. What was Tobias's girlfriend's name?
Hera?
Oh, Hera?
Hera?
Probably just to piss off Tobias.
Just a piss Listen,
Oh, poor-
worthy cause.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, Hera is actually super freaking cute. She's like this. We got art done for her. Like,
Really?
at the very beginning.
I
Yeah,
haven't
Years
seen
ago.
it.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll see if I can find it. But she's like this cute buff orc lady. She's adorable. And she's really talented and a mercenary. So like, like she's got a lot of charm, man. Oh my God, Aaron. Yes, you're here for the legends. We've usurped PJ.
Mhm.
Welcome. It's just us here. Chaos.
Either we usurped or a storm usurped PJ.
Yeah.
Is it still storming in LA right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
So-
till this next weekend.
It's been
can't
a
wait.
lot. Wow.
Yeah, there's flooding, man. There's flooding out here.
Mhm.
It's weird.
While I'm the DM, guys, what items do you want? Like, just rattle them off.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
in the
Yo,
seat
yo.
now.
Let's go. Archives of Nethys, pulling it up. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Just magic items for everyone. There we go.
I want an ice cream cone that fills itself with any flavor of ice cream at any time.
Can I just have
Ooh,
that in
good
real
one,
life,
good one.
though?
I just want
Perfect.
ice cream always for Lothier. He's a good boy. He deserves it.
Too. Wow. All right, let's see. Equipment, magic items. What's the most ridiculous magic item you can get in Pathfinder? Does anybody know?
I mean, let me look it up for you. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna look at miscellaneous. Magic. See, this is why I love Archives of Nethys, because it's all here. Look at all these shiny things I could add while PJ's away.
Right.
Ooh, we could look at mounts. We could look at mounts while he's
Okay.
away.
Yes!
Absolutely. am
I
down
want
for
a
that.
dragon.
I don't know. I still got my bird, so
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
chilling.
have mounts.
Y'all can
I
look
don't
at
think
your
it's.
mounts.
I think Dragon and Lothier should get mounts because they are
Yes.
sadly missing in that department.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nothing's gonna beat Shonibus's like griffin that she got through trial by combat, but like
So you think?
still valid.
I
I
am now.
want to do that.
You
Dragon
could get
wants
a-
to do that.
Basilosaurus, which is a dinosaur.
God bless you.
You could get a dinosaur.
I mean, I also want that, but realistically, I could just ride on the back of Lothier.
Can I say I love that all of these are like impressive mount, fiendish mount, celestial mount. Like they just pop up with those.
Also, Reefseki wants Shionobis to have those arrows that can hit anyone anywhere.
Oh, I've decided. I know what mount I want, you guys.
What do you want?
Are you ready?
What do you want?
I want a corgi mount, but I want it large enough for a human to ride. A giant corgi mount.
Giant corgi.
Also, I found your weapon, Sydney. It's a Phoenix fighting fan.
What?
Uh-huh. This elegant +3 greater striking flaming silver fighting fan features sharp silver feathers instead of traditional paper leaves in its design. You can activate it, and you can 3 actions: command, envision, and interact. You call on the fan's extra-dimensional powers to trap a creature in Hao Jin's repository, a small demi-plane that holds countless relics Hao Jin collected over his lifetime. And the fighting fan can cast a maze on a creature within 30 feet. The fan automatically sustains the spell for as long as you strike a creature with it each round. The survival perception or DC to escape is 34.
Oh my god.
Once the spell ends, the creature escapes. You fail to strike the weapon during a fan round or after 1 minute. Yeah, and then you can act. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope. Well, now I gotta give it to PJ. I know PJ's working on like homebrew stuff for all of us, but these are fun to look at.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, speaking of homebrew, Mahooch made the Staff of Infection, the tragic urn of events. That's pretty funny, Mahooch. Mahooch is a great GM. You guys should meet him one day. He's amazing. Also, Scup suggests that you make your corgi a dire corgi.
Oh yes, it's giant. It should be dire.
Is that what dire means? Does dire just mean big?
No, it doesn't just mean big. But like, I mean, all dire creatures are bigger versions of them. Like they're just typically like.
Oh, out of curiosity, can PJ zoom in with his phone? Or should we just wait?
I don't know. We just got a message that says he's still investigating.
All right, guys. So we jump into the room with the portal, and we go through, and there's Koramat on his belly, being like, "Kill me."
And we murder him, and then that's the end of season 2.
If he wants to be murdered, I'm absolutely not murdering him.
Oh.
Like, why would you do the thing that the evil guy wants you to do?
Maybe he's just tired.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And therefore, we make him live forever.
They're crazy right now.
Or he's trying to use reverse psychology because he knows that we wouldn't want to kill him if he actually wanted to die. So he's trying to convince us if he wants to die, so we won't actually kill him, and we know.
But yeah, no, they were in here already. They're trying to escape the water.
Oh my god, they instantly. Holy shit.
You make my brain hurt sometimes, Sydney.
Sorry, there's like, because of the rain, there's like a million ants that just appeared. They're coming through a crack in the foundation. But yeah, there's like so many of them.
Gross.
Yeah, a second to spray them all to death.
Don't like that. And
Get rid of them.
Yes, Scups, I am playing whatever that is chess. How do you say that? End the second power -D chess. Don't know how to
I think that's 2D.
Isn't that 2D?
yeah. 2 minus D though.
If I could murder the ants with a fireball, I would, but I am not.
I'm so glad Wes doesn't have the power of a fireball. There would be an explosion every other day.
I mean, look, there would only be several explosions, and the people that I hit with them would really deserve it.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there would be explosions.
Oh yeah, you'd be random explosion in the middle of the desert for no reason. Very strange. I'm just like,
no. Wes would like use his powers as a superhero. You would be like secretly, but there would be explosions, so you would have to run away and hide. You'd be like a Superman, but like with a fireball.
Oh no.
What happened?
What?
They can't figure it out. It looks like the area he works in just died.
Well, it looks like we're doing nothing but RP tonight.
Did they
so
check the
glad,
breaker?
guys?
Yeah, they tried.
They might have to reset the whole breaker.
Honestly, he's just moving. It looks like he's just moving his setup to another place, which there's other places he can work from. It's just, nice to have a station set up.
Well, I mean, we should probably let him know that I've taken over the position now, so he's got to create a character sheet, and
Yeah.
we'll just pick
Yeah.
up from where we left off on the
Yeah.
birthday campaign.
Oh my god.
Wait, ooh, can we do that? Can we share like what our characters were from the
Yeah, please.
birthday
do
campaign?
it.
Because
Oh God. I don't know if I have mine saved still.
oh no, we don't have to use them. We could just like talk about them because how about you don't remember? Oh no.
You start, Randy. You start. You go
All
ahead.
right, so I played a Nagini named Shetu Vex who talked like this the whole night because he was a snake boy, and he was a sorcerer, and he had dragon ancestry. So that was fun.
It was very cool. And everyone was squishy. No one made a
Oh,
fighter. or
none of
a-
us were fighters.
No. Everyone played either a sorcerer or a wizard or a bard.
It
I mean,
was-
technically, Kylie played a rogue.
I was the toughest one.
Yeah, you were.
As a rogue.
The rogue was the tank of the group. If that says anything to this audience, is that Kylie had the highest hit points as a rogue.
Yeah.
There was a
This is
psychic.
scary.
There was a
PJ
psychic, a
thinks-
sorcerer, or two sorcerers, and
3 sorcerers.
3 sorcerers,
Oh, 3
and a
sorcerers.
wizard, and then
Yep.
a bard and a.
And a rogue.
And then yeah,
Jesus.
PJ was a psychic. That was fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He dealt a lot of damage as a psychic.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He was
With
also
cantrips.
essentially the Green Lantern. Like everything was
course.
Green Lantern themed.
It makes sense.
What a
with
surprise.
PJ.
What a surprise.
Not I. Not
No
I.
surprise.
I think he talked about Green Lantern the first time I ever met PJ.
Aww.
Yeah. So I've known about this obsession for a while.
Y'all, I want you to hear Sydney's character, and then I have a story about Sydney's character. It was fun.
I was drunk, okay?
It was cool.
My character was an uppity bitch. She thought she was the best thing that walked on this freaking planet because she came from a family that was like all that, and she was a bard. So she was special, and she always flipped her hair. Apparently, I can't remember. I was very drunk.
Oh, I've got it.
Oh,
So at
God.
one point, we're fighting a bad guy, and Sydney's character hits them with some spell. And Sydney decides, I'm going to show you exactly what my character does. And so she stood up very dramatically, turned around, put her head down, flipped it up, and was like, yes, it was me. And then she did it 2 more times.
Did that 2 more times, and then the next day completely forgot that she did any of that
In a castle. In a castle.
in a
was
castle.
It was a good time. We
It
had
was a
fun.
good time.
It was a great way, and because I live kind of far away from all these friends, and I got to go down and surprise PJ, and so that was super fun because PJ had no idea this was happening at all. Because PJ, like, how did you guys like? I know Sydney, you and some people like tricked PJ so that he didn't know what was happening until the surprise, right?
So the tricky part was that he had to build a character for the one shot Wes was running. Ironically, that we didn't actually get to play very much of. But, and so I basically told him that Wes wanted to do like a test game of Yeet for Initiative, the game that Wes ran forever on his own channel. And that he wanted us to like test some stuff out with him. So we built characters, and I said like he's probably gonna do one shot. I think the suspicious part was that this was coming from me instead of Wes going to PJ directly. I think that's where we fucked
But
up.
I'm also horrible at communicating via text, so it does make a little sense.
Valid. So he already had his character pre-built by the time that the party started, and so Wes and Sam were gracious enough to print out his character sheet for him. and I didn't tell him anything. I took him over to Shemp, Jenkins, and Mahooch's house, where because they didn't know what we were doing, because I didn't tell them, because apparently Mahooch is really bad at keeping secrets. I didn't tell them what we were doing, so Mahooch planned an entire one-shot for him before he came over and played Wes's one-shot.
All day.
It was an entire weekend of
Pretty good.
PJ playing Pathfinder, which is great because PJ never plays Pathfinder. He only GMs Pathfinder, and that was the whole point, was to allow him to play and relax and not have to organize everything for once, you know?
Yeah, you guys just got to like one of the big moments. We played 2 separate campaigns, like two 4-hour parts of the one shot. The one that they were supposed to make it to, like maybe hour 2, 3, 4, the halfway point, they made it to at the end of session number 2. There was a lot of laughing and banter going on, and you know, Sydney's graceful dancing and hair flipping.
At least it was graceful.
It was graceful.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful.
It was very graceful. At that point in the night, later in the night, there was less graceful things that were happening, but that was probably on everybody.
What I will say was even
Kylie.
more like salt in the
Me
wound,
falling
Wes.
asleep on the floor.
I was also
Wes,
going to say you falling like 12 different times.
I didn't tell you guys. I'm fairly certain I chipped a piece of a bone like in my hand.
What?
Yeah, from one of those falls.
Oh,
While
no.
sober. I didn't fall when I was drunk. I fell when I was sober, guys, which I feel like makes it worse. And so I had like chipped a bone in my hand, like right here, like right on my knuckle, because I could feel this like huge like bump, and I could move it, and I was like, that's not right. And it was super tender to the touch and whatnot. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna go to the doctors because all they're gonna tell me is, wow, that sucks, bro. Go home.
Sure.
And that'd be $500. And I was like, I'm good. So I just went on with my days, and now it doesn't hurt anymore, and it doesn't move. So like, success.
Success! Much success!
What?
Much success.
One thing Wes said at the end of us getting past that like milestone that was supposed to happen like hour 2 into the thing was, Wes goes, actually, you guys figured out very early that you didn't even really need to go in this place. You could have just gone straight for the mountains, and
Yeah,
we
you guys had gained information with a nat 20 that typically you wouldn't really have gotten until you did something, and I was like, yeah, you just realistically just skipped this whole place, but I mean,
Yeah,
realistically
who wanted to go
though,
after the kid.
realistically
That was our
realistically
first
though,
mistake.
it would have only saved you about 10 to 20 minutes, because that's technically how long that part took out of the 8 hours.
that's fair.
That's a good point. That's fair. But we did get loot out of it, right? I don't remember. Did we?
Oh,
Yes, you
There
did.
was some
you,
cool
you
loot.
guys
I got
got
a
a really
cool
cool
sword.
sword and a really cool bow.
Right, a sword and a bow for the not fighter and not ranger in the party.
I had
mean-
a sword.
All I'm saying is, it wouldn't have made sense if I had put the like king knight guy, and it would be like, yeah, he's got special wands for everybody.
He's actually a merchant with all the wands.
Yes, would you like to meet my undead father? He's got wands for sale for all you magic people. Here you go rob his tomb.
Valid. Incredibly valid, really. Well, you know, we did it. And that was it.
Did we do it though?
Yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, where's the little boy that was scared of all the undead
Ooh.
and stuff? Like, where's he at?
Ooh.
Okay, maybe we'll try another pass at it. Maybe we'll all try and meet up on a weekend again and try again. I hope.
Mhm.
I actually like that character. It was
Yeah.
kind of fun
Yeah,
to
it was fun to play.
Yeah.
It definitely was fun. But I also loved how off the rails it was, because that was part of like the crazy, like it was just from the very beginning, none of us were, well, I think for the first like beginning of your story, we were all like focused and like trying to be like there and present, and then you said something, and we all started like.
It was Fludwick.
I said Fwedwick. Well, I
Yeah.
I was like self-conscious about how much writing that I had done for it. And so I was like
Aw.
reading it. And I was like, I'll skip some stuff. I don't want to take too long. Blah, blah, blah. And then yeah, everyone was very nice about it. So
Ooh. There's another question. Does Lothair have any NPC crushes from Reap Psyche?
Do you?
So actually, I don't. And the reason for that is I think Lothair is probably not as interested in romantic relationships as other characters. Like that's just sort of where the vibe for Lothair has been. I think and so like I remember I actually talked about this with Sidney at this this little party because I was like, yeah, like I think Lothair is just not in the same place as everyone else. Like it regarding that. And I was like, that's really cool. I've never had a character that hasn't had sort of that attraction to, and I was like, I'm gonna learn more myself through this character. That's cool. So
yeah.
That's kind of the best part about playing different characters is that you do learn a lot about yourself through playing different people. The best part of role play. Except all my characters are bisexual or gay or lesbian. I think the D&D game that I play every other Tuesday have been playing every other Tuesday for like the past like 3 years. I just think that character is a lesbian. I really do. She just likes women a lot.
I'll say this. Guys, a lot of guys suck. I don't blame
it's
I
kind
don't
of
blame
true.
anybody.
As a guy who
for that.
also likes guys, a lot of guys suck. And I like, you know, just
Valid.
There's a few good ones, you know.
there's a few good
But
ones.
like, you know, I feel like if you know, the other way, you have a wide selection of awesome people, and having
Judgy DM. Preach. Yes, Judgy DM. Yes. As a bisexual guy, I can confirm. Yes, gag. Yeah, this is a stream of bisexuals.
I grew up in Ohio. I know.
Also, Reap Psyche casually brought up the trail of broken tears Shonibus has been leaving behind with all of our.
Yo,
All them broken hearts.
what was her name? The woman in
New Jack City,
New Jack City.
the one that was shamelessly hitting on Kylie.
Yeah, the Stokes.
Yeah, Samantha Stokes.
Oh yeah, Samantha Stokes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really into
Sure,
Shonibus.
this is like, oh, you have information I need. Like that's all that matters.
And Dragon's like, you make gun swords.
That's the dynamic.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like, and keep in mind that technically, Dragon had a broken heart that night too. Because he was
that's
like
right. With
Oh, why
the
did I
Night
bring
Witch.
that up?
the Night
her
Wish,
names?
and then drama. Because realistically, if Dragon isn't going to answer that question realistically, he's going to say his now ex-wife he's still in love with.
Oh, I don't know if we ever got a description of what your family looked like,
Ooh, yeah.
You have not. You have
which
not.
we'll learn in the game, I guess.
Exactly. But no one's really asked him.
Sobbing.
No one's really asked him about it.
I don't think anyone wants to bring
Yeah,
up
I'm not bringing that up.
that.
That's with the 10-foot pole.
If you remember, like, what was it, like 2 episodes ago or
yeah,
something?
you were depressed.
Where Dragon was depressed when he went into the toy store and bought a toy for his son and sent it to him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were depressed all last episode too. That was like 2 episodes of sad Dragon.
Yep.
Very
And
upsetting.
then he got to blow stuff up and he was fine.
See how that might not be the best coping mechanism, though?
Look.
Oh my god. is it
Dragon's
a
holding
Peach?
on by just a thread here.
I think we have a Peach.
Oh?
Wait. What? Is he in?
Also, Reap Psyche
waiting.
made a very good point that we do know what Dragon's dad looks like because that demon was wearing his face.
Yes, you do know who Dragon's dad looks like.
And I know what Dragon actually looks like.
Yes, you
That's
do.
Right.
Yeah. So I can I have like base idea of what this kid could look like.
Mhm.
Yeah, I look like
that's about
I look like Shanabus's ex.
Oh, lovely.
Very Voss.
And she's
Did you bring the
it
like
stresses her
folding
out.
thing behind you, PJ?
Yeah, I moved everything over to the other side of the house and brought this with me, so at least we have some sense of
All right.
normalcy and consistency.
I have to move everyone's picture around, and then I will fix the things that are going on. So just give me.
Thank
2
you
seconds.
all for hanging in there. It was the weirdest thing. Apparently, we had like a circuit just completely shit out in the one specific quadrant of the entire house where my workstation is, and it connects to my bathroom. So, pissing in the dark.
Wait, that's bad.
That's me whenever I apply to a job.
Same, big same. Pissing in the dark, my guy.
All right.
Right side, we just riffed and we talked about your birthday party while you were gone.
Oh, good. I love that party. It was so special, Evan. I really thank all of you for that.
Aww.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
We all love you, PJ.
Well, thank you. I love you all too.
Aw.
Fixed. Okay.
All right, we back?
I think so.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that was weird. So anyway, I think I was trying to do a recap, and then we had like a good old 30-minute go fuck yourself from God. No, I'm kidding. So what had happened in the game world was that they were going to this castle, find the Blade of the War King. Now I'm realizing I said this before. Cool, so we're all caught up. So they had gone to the sunken castle of Korikos on the coast of the Adelphon continent, just outside Grip Upon a Bear, non-caffeine compliant. Everything's caught up, and here they are, smack dab in the castle on the first floor as Ichi, with the combined magical might of Dragon and Morel's shield, just gets sledded right up to the second floor of the castle. And that's where we're going to be starting today's episode. Woo! We did it! We're just getting started. So yes, without further ado, we are here. We are starting now, and I will turn it over to you all.
Are we in the same room as Ichi, or are we all still at the bottom of the stairs?
It's a very good question. As you are still down on the main floor, Ichi goes up. You hear the sound of a great cacophonous clatter and silence. Thereafter.
All right. Who's next?
I'm walking.
I'm absolutely not gonna be taking that crazy contraption up there.
But the stairs are broken.
I'll
I'm going
meet
to
you
lean
up
over
there,
to
and I'm
Lothier.
gonna fly. I'm gonna cast fly on
That
myself.
he doesn't want to be a part of the fun brigade.
Yeah. No. Definitely does not want to be a part of the fun brigade.
I turn around as I'm floating after casting fly on myself, and I go, "This is pretty damn fun all by itself." And then I do a backflip and then fly up there.
So cute. Dragon, if you try and get me up there, the way that you got Ichi up there,
Mhm.
you know how you were complaining that I was dying a lot?
Yeah.
That's the fastest way to kill me. So I'll find another way up.
Oh, I also wasn't complaining. It was more along the lines of trying to prepare for you being hurt, because it happens a lot. I'm digging myself a bigger hole.
You know, is there another visible way for me to get up these stairs, PJ?
It's a very good question. So if you look in the Edge of Legend Discord, on our Discord or back in our private chat, you will see the hastily drawn photo I did forever ago of the first floor of the castle in this dungeon that you're experiencing. If you notice, there is technically a set of stairs going up, but flipped around, that you can effectively climb to get to the second floor.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
How far is that from where I am on the second floor?
On the second floor, our Discord, also in our private chat, you'll see that there's maybe about a good 10 feet-ish or more where the ladder from the first floor kind of enters into the second. So, Alona, as it stands, you see two ways to climb this ladder. One is to run up the backside, the staircase. One is to run up the backside, but then it'll end on the ceiling. You have to figure some way out around there. The other is to Ninja Warrior your way up the steps.
I cast Featherfall on Alona.
Thanks.
I want a
Well.
Ninja Warrior for
You
sure.
want a Ninja Warrior?
I'm gonna
Same.
I'm gonna use Powerful Leap.
Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Looking at my notes, you want to use Ninja Warrior. That is going to require from you. Notes on the first one.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. You're going to need an athletics check.
Okay.
DC
Athletics.
30.
Ooh.
Because you are literally like Ninja Warrior. You're grabbing the edge of stairs upside down, and you're kind of salmon laddering diagonally backwards.
That's a 33.
33.
Not
Right.
acrobatics? Can I argue
Acrobatics.
it's acrobatics?
I have a plus 19 in my acrobatics. That's my best trait.
Damn. Acrobatics can be used, but it's a DC 32.
I'm just gonna hero point it now.
Can I assist?
That was a natural one.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh.
do that hero point.
Use that dice real quick. Yee. That. I don't know where that dice went. Well. Math is hard, guys.
Yeah.
17 on the die. 31.
Oh,
30.
Dragon said he was going to assist me.
I would like to assist. Just in case
Okay.
there's a fall or anything.
Mm.
Dragon's waiting. Just...
So, how are you trying to assist when you're already climbing up with just your bare grip?
Why? Well, I succeeded, right?
You did, but how are you going to try and help her?
Oh, well, I thought I pulled myself up already.
Yeah.
Oh, even if you did, I'm gonna
Oh,
show this
no.
to you. I don't
Yeah,
know if you can see it. Even if you did, it's a 50-foot high set of stairs.
Okay.
So if you are, this is the set of stairs upside down in the water, because again, the whole thing pitched over. If you're on floor 2, you're gonna have to find a way to at least extend 50 feet-ish to catch her in time to help her out.
Call your bird.
All right.
Beatrice.
Here's what Dragon's doing. I'm casting Enlarge to get more reach to grab her.
On what?
On me.
Oh.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up.
Cast it on.
What were you thinking I was casting Enlarge on, Sydney?
I just thought maybe like your hand,
Okay,
like your arm, like extendo arm.
because knowing this group, I assumed the most inappropriate thing, of course. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Chianopus probably wouldn't want to use that as fucking rope.
She'd rather take fall damage.
I can see it now. It's like, I'm helping you. And you're like, nope, no, you're not.
No!
Die. Death.
Grab on!
All right. Burning that spell slot, you can go ahead and give me an athletics check to basically extend a hand and grab her.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a 37.
Oh my god, yeah. Shonibus, as you're climbing up with your acrobatics, you're finding that while your speed and agility is very useful, the grip is starting to get a little tiresome. You're starting to have hard purchase on some of the wetter stone. Last second, when it looks like you're going to fall about 50 feet to the water, this massive hand just starts to stretch from the second floor, reaches to you. How do you grab the hand? How do you grab this massive hand?
That's a very odd question. I don't like how you phrase that.
I-
Anyway,
My head's in a weird place. I had a power out, you know. I need this. No, I don't care.
It's 2023 now.
It's not even 2 weeks into 2023, and I'm catching hands, my guy. Giant enlarged hands.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon's pretty much gonna try and grab Shionimus and toss her up.
Okay.
I feel it's like the army like handshake where it's like reaching for a forearm. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you like leap, do the awesome grab, pulls you up. Oh, this does beg a question. I believe Alona was trying to climb up this thing too.
No.
No.
As soon as you said the DC was 30, I can't beat that if I roll. There's no way. There's no way I can actually make a DC 30 check.
Mhm.
So what's the other option?
The other option was acrobatics with a 32, or
No.
running up the back end of the stairs,
Yeah.
hitting
Do
the
it.
ceiling, and then figuring a way around there.
You have feather fall on you or I'm going to cast it if you start falling. So
Okay.
I am watching from up here.
Good.
I mean, Dragon can also just reach out his now massive arm and
That's
be like,
true.
"Hop on!"
Ooh.
I can show you the world.
Don't.
Or I could just do that.
I can show you my palm.
This is the female gaze. In a large hand.
Just
Just a big hand.
yeah. So, what are you gonna do? You gonna run at that thing and try to jump onto and grab Wes's hand?
If Dragon can reach me, I mean, just that works.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss Shionimus up and then reach out and try and grab Alona and toss her up as well.
Yeah. Give me Dragon. Give me a quick athletics check. I believe with enlarged. I don't think it actually gives any bonuses, but I'm gonna say a +2 anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's not the best, but it's a 28.
28. Okay. Check my GM's cheat sheet here. You're level 9 currently.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said, was it 28?
Yeah.
Cool. You are able to kind of awkwardly scramble around and feel around, and you finally feel Alona in your hand and yank her up. Now, from there, now I know Lothier said you flew in, so I'll say you see this first. You see what probably would have been a really beautiful kind of a vaulted cone ceiling. Had it actually been upright. Now, the minute you come out of these stairs, you find a 25-foot slide into the dead center of the room. In the dead center of this room, you see a broken chandelier that is shattered amongst the bracings of the ceiling, as well as debris, detritus, and possibly dead bodies, piled up high as remnants of the chaos of this castle crashing about 1 year ago. On the ceiling, masoned and cemented, you see grass planters, or like planters filled with green flora, kind of coming down from the ceiling like stalagmites.
So like
Sure.
tights. Mites are
Tights.
ground. Mites crawl. Think about it like
Tights
that. And
grab on tight to the ceiling.
Exactly.
That's why I got confused. So you see these flora kind of hanging from the ceiling like stalactites as the planters are still holding on for dear life, and somehow a well-preserved red plush velvet stretching in between the two, leading to what probably was at one point a hallway, now just a window to the open sky, and to the right, a massive, glowing, swirling green portal. As you enter, all of you, if you are not flying, you'll either have to continue holding on to the stairs, Ninja Warrior style, or you're going to have to hit the slide that used to be the ceiling.
I mean, I know what Dracon's doing.
I would let everybody know that before they like enter this room and see how crazy it is.
Thanks.
I it looks like there's one way down from here, and it looks kind of dangerous. Like I wouldn't touch anything that you don't know where it's gone in years. It's pretty rough in here.
Okay. Slide. Slide.
Can I
Hunger
assist people like to get to the slide at all?
Sure, actually. And you can do that with athletics and acrobatics checks if you wish. If you go to the Discord or the Facebook group where the picture is posted, the slide is literally an all-encompassing arch. The minute you get on the stairs and drop down into the ceiling, you hit the ceiling and slide to the dead center of the floor.
Wait, do we not want to go in that slide? We're trying to get to the portal. It looks like the slide is not helping us get to the portal, right?
The slide is helping you get to the portal.
Okay. I was just checking. Looking at the picture, I was a bit confused.
Yeah. I believe that the slide will help us get to the portal. This is correct, right, PJ?
Maybe.
Oh,
See-
for the love
see?
of God.
I knew it. I knew that picture didn't show that. All right. It looks like the slide takes you down into that center area, right? Like below this. But the portal is up on this same level where we are right now, correct?
Correct. Now, unfortunately, the floor of this room is now the ceiling. So in order to walk up there, you'd have to be a bit creative on how to get to the portal.
Or
Got it.
enlarged.
You'd have to jump very, very hard, but I don't know how you're going to jump with no footing.
Yeah.
But you said there's a pile of corpses I can step on.
Yeah, on the slide. You want to ride down the slide to get some footing?
See, the fact that there's corpses on the slide and the slide's going
Makes
down
me
away from the
nervous.
portal makes me nervous.
Maybe the corpses came out of the portal.
Can I do an Arcana check on the portal?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'd actually like to do that too.
I don't know why I do Arcana check when I could do other check, but 29.
29, not too bad.
32.
Quick question. The Discord is open to all the fans too, right?
That is correct.
So, because Skagwater RPG is asking now, when are they going to have a Discord for the fans? And it's there.
Yeah,
So
it's
just
there.
yeah.
join us. It is Nat 20 Productions.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Also, great to see you, Skagwater. Hello, and I just see you there. I'm going to say hello to you in the Discord as well. Yeah, but if you go into the channel, Edge of Legend, that's the channel for the fans. Also, the images for y'all to look at for the second floor. In the first floor. It's the arcane check. I think you said 28 or 29.
20,
I said 29.
29.
Oh, okay.
And I had a 32.
32. All right. You can tell that this portal is how to put it? It is a one-way projection portal, meaning whatever was on that side could come out here, but whatever was on this side could not come in there. And Shionabis, 1 year ago, when you snuck up upon Korokos and almost shot him to death before he went ballistic and started fighting you all, you do recall the Green King, as a suit of armor, came out from the portal and then went back in. You don't recall ever seeing Korokos move into that portal.
Ooh, cool. No doubt. No doubt. I'll relay that to the team.
Ah. Also,
Alright.
just like looking around here, I know you guys all say that I'm the destructive one, but look at this.
Yeah, this is actually really dang impressive.
Yeah, you guys messed this the hell up.
And you did that without us.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It was kind of decrepit before we got here.
Yeah.
I mean, by slaying Korokos, apparently, this thing did fall into the ocean. But I don't think we did all this.
What are the odds on fixing this thing up so we can have a mobile fortress?
Do you know magic that can make things fly?
Look, I'm like pointing to Lothier. As he's flying around.
I definitely can't do this to an entire castle, but maybe with some study.
Just maybe rent a dragon or something. I don't know.
Regardless, we're not going to be able to do any of that if we can't find what we came here for.
Fine. Yeah. Is there anything in here that's worthwhile, or do we need to drop down the big hole?
Give me a perception check.
I'm so good at those. It's that one.
Wow.
Ooh, 28.
28, nice.
22.
Hold on, I'm mathing. 33.
So Dragon got a nat 1, so that's a 14.
All right. 33. Sydney, you said you got what again? 30 what?
Oh no, I got a 28.
28. Randy, did I get yours?
22.
22. Okay, so Lothier and Dragon, you not seeing anything out of the ordinary. The one thing you do note is that the dead bodies piled up inside the debris detritus, broken pictures and all kinds of things, seem to be goblins, hobgoblins, orcs, the army of the Green Army that was in this castle when it crashed and destroyed. Kylie and Sidney, you see an unconscious Ichi, and you see what looks like an arm in the detritus slowly moving to her.
Ichi's unconscious?
Yes.
Huh?
Fun Brigade.
Oh,
Wait.
Son of a bitch.
Fun Brigade!
Fun Brigade.
Ichi is unconscious. Okay, so who's gonna shoot that hand out of the...
Someone needs to tell me and Dragon. I mean, I can fly over there and try to...
I'll just fire it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Also-
tossed you guys up there.
You're not gonna be able to... the only person I've known to be able to pick up Ichi is Morel, and he's still
Oh, I
strong.
won't be able to...
I'm
pick-
enlarged!
Right.
Okay, that's good.
I am large.
But are you...
25 to hit that hand, PJ.
Yeah.
5 to hit that hand. All right.
Is this our episode about hands? What's going on today, guys?
Oh.
Now it is.
Everyone's so handy.
So as you take aim and fire, I'll say the hand, it's such a weird sentence to say, the hand is flat-footed, and that will hit.
Is it just like now stuck in place? Is it still moving?
Why don't we roll damage and see where it goes from there?
Okay. Where did all my d8s go?
Flat fingered. Shut the reap psyche. God damn it.
Yeet. That's 21 points of damage.
No.
21 points of damage. Nice. Okay.
I love how dummy thick Pathfinder numbers are.
Yo,
Right.
it's
So much
good.
more satisfying.
So good to be like, I hit them for this much damage. I hit for this many numbers.
262 damage.
200 and yeah. So you shoot the hand. The hand pierces. You see this kind of green, thick, dark ichor come out of the paw, the hand, and you're a as the debris breaks and popping out of the ground, you see undead hobgoblin generals of Korokosa's army. One now with an arrow piercing its palm, the other one responding in kind, and breaking out of the ground across the room, whipping in anger, is one of the orcs that also perished in this castle. Roll initiative.
Hmm.
Can I try calming one down before we roll initiative?
Calming it down?
I don't know.
26.
Okay, 26 from Dragon.
Ooh,
28.
Also 26.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, hell yes!
On my
What?
initiative.
You got
which
that
gives me-
bird's eye view.
It gives me a 39.
Oh my.
Oh my
Oh my
lord.
god.
That is absurd.
Yeah. Kylie, I'm going to assume you have more dex than Dragon, so I'm going to put you ahead of him. Since you're the ranger and dex is your thing.
Yeah, I have a +3, but I'm assuming you have more than that.
Yeah, +4.
Okay, let's see. And they... Nice. Okay. So, with that, the battle begins, and thankfully Shion has put some damage on the board already. Starting this off will be Lothir. You see these three creatures rise from the debris. Ichi's unconscious, with Morel's shield kind of on top of her head on the ground. And they start to kind of slowly look at you all while moving towards Ichi. What do you do?
Does anyone tell Dragon and Lothir that this is happening?
I mean, I imagine. We
Oh yeah,
see
you're
the
in
arrow.
it. You're in it.
Yeah, like the arrow flying past my face into something, and then all of that noise.
That's-
We're,
But
that's probably why I got a 39. I was like, oh. And then I'm going to look at whatever the closest one to me is and begin muttering to myself as my eyes turn sort of a gold and I start casting lightning bolt. And then from my eyes slinking down through my wrist is just a thunderbolt that like calls out and reaches out towards it.
Nice. And that's on me to make a reflex save?
Yep.
All right. So, that's not looking good from the start. Let's take a look at these Hobgoblin Generals. What's the number to beat for reflex?
Where, let me see. I see my damage. I don't see the, where is that number typically?
Oh, your spell DC. I believe it
spell
would
DC.
be,
Got
yeah,
it.
on the bottom stuff where your spells are.
Yeah.
At the top left.
It's at the top left. It's Primal DC 27.
27. They rolled at 24.
Ooh.
All right. Let's go damage, because that is a big spell. That is level 3, which is 4d12. Do I even have 4d12?
D12.
Yeah. I don't. Do I have 4? I do. I am lucky. 12. 19, 20, 21, 22 lightning damage.
Right. Now, does that hit multiple targets or just one for that amount?
Just one.
Got it. Okay. 22 damage.
Actually, it says area 120 foot line. So is there anyone in line with it? I guess.
Yeah. Depending on your perspective, I'm going to say that's going to hit both of the hobgoblins.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So, let's see here. Cool. The one that Shiona was hit that you have also hit with your lightning is bloody. They are very messed up from that strike. So you have two to cast a spell. Do you have one more action you want to use?
I do. I want to find a wall or something to use as cover. Like to get behind.
Okay. Let me take a look. You know what you can do? You can hide behind those planters that are stuck to the ceiling.
Yes.
Are you hiding from Dragon?
No.
Just in case his fireball doesn't.
Oh, there's definitely
all
a
of
fireball
this.
I'm
incoming.
not gonna fireball Ichi.
That's fair. Dragon has a heart, you guys.
I might
I'm not
fireball
saying-
Ichi.
I love it. I'm not gonna. I mean, a little bit. It's a treat.
Yeah. She's covered in a shield. It's fine.
You did bludgeon her as a treat.
Oh,
That was your. It was said last episode.
It was. No, but it sounds funny. Like you bludgeoned her as a treat. All right. Well, next up, we have the hobgoblins. They're going to go. Let's see. I think the closest one to them would probably be. So, Lothier is hiding behind the planters. I believe the rest of you are down the slide area, correct? In the upside down ceiling. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. You know, hey, if the GM and the TD can get it, everyone can get it. So hopefully no one else has a power out this night. We love you all. That being said, I'm going to try and kill Kylie. Kylie,
What?
the hobgoblin tried to hit you with a 26. Does a 26 hit you?
That's a meets it.
Meets it, beats it. Meets it, beats a pizza. All right, so he, kind of undead hobgoblin wearing armor, starts picking up this deadly glaive, twirls it, comes down hard for 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
And with one more action, he's going to go again. So this might, I don't know, we'll see. How about 33?
Of course that hits, PJ.
Do I need to know if it's a critical or not?
Of course it hits.
No,
it's more
you said
than the
33?
last one.
33.
Yeah, I mean, mine's a 26, so not a critical, but
Not a critical. All right.
I was
so you're
doing math and I messed up. Continue. I'm listening.
That's okay. So you're going to be hit again for another 11 slashing damage from the undead hobgoblin's glaive. That being said, the second hobgoblin, kind of seeing the impossible to miss enlarged Dragon, sounds horrible to say in that context, gets a short bow, draws a string, rolls a hit. Does a 25 hit you, Dragon?
No.
No. Shoots, goes over your shoulder wide. He kind of bears these horrible rotted teeth in his zombie head, pulls out another arrow, tries to fire again. Oh, you're so lucky. It landed on a crit and then bounced. But that's still going to be a 26. Is that going to hit you?
Nope.
Nope, 26 doesn't hit? Wow.
Smack that one away. No.
Bad goblin. And with that, he is going to just walk over to the one with the glaive and reinforce with a formation. That being said, it's the end of the hobgoblins. Next up, we have Sidney. Alona, you see 3 undead creatures. Lothier hiding in the planetary up top. What do you do?
Which is the one that hasn't been hit yet?
The orc.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit him with Searing Light, which is a ranged spell, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna hit him.
All right.
It's been so long since I've done combat. I forget what I have to add to this dice roll. So I rolled a 15 on the die face plus my spell attack roll, which is on the top left of my character sheet, which is a 31. Does that hit?
31 to hit the orc. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That'll hit.
I freaking hope so. These really beefed up undead boys. All right, so I love Searing Light because it does extra damage to undead or fiends. Ha! Clerics. All right, so that's 5d6 fire damage. Let me roll that first. Plus 5d6 good damage. So I didn't get out more than 1d6. So just bear with me for a hot second.
It is A-okay. Whenever someone says you only need 1 pair of dice, I would say true. However, it's a lot more efficient to have multiples.
That's 45 damage.
Holy okay.
It's 10d6.
You make a very, very good point there.
You do.
Okay. So you said it was 45 damage?
45 damage.
So as this describe what the spell looks like when you cast this really big spell.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I have used this one before. Can't remember what it looks like. This time, it looks like a Hadouken.
I'm back.
What?
Hadouken? Sorry, because it comes in threes. My internet almost died on me.
Oh,
Yeah.
cursed.
You ever have one of those days where you roll out of bed and you go, shouldn't. All right, so what did it look like?
So, you see Alona just look at Dragon and Shunibus handled the two hobgoblins, knowing that they've got that handled. And from their palm, you see just twirling until it turns into a fully blown passion flower, whose little the pollen. What is it called when they passion flowers look really weird. They got little pollen-y things that come out of the flower. That there's a lot of them.
Tendrils?
Tendrils.
No, I think they're
Stymies?
pistols or something. Wait,
I think they're
Hibiscus
pistols.
pistils.
People in the chat correct us, because I don't know what they're called.
Man, these
Well-
these flowers grow in guns.
Exactly. So they go pew pew pew. So you'll see the flower go pew pew pew, searing light, and at first it's fire, and then it turns into light. So you see this gigantic fiery torrent just shoot out of Alona's hand, and all of a sudden it turns into this glowing golden light that just absolutely decimates this guy, and she's like, "Ha."
As it washes over the orc, the gray ash tribe orc, you see it kind of like wash over them, and they start slowly rising, but there's giant chunks out of their body, skin just ironically ashing to dust off their form. You start seeing more skull exposed in the mouth. They're still alive, but they are not looking good.
Also,
Yeah.
Reap Snikey says it's stamen.
Stamen.
Ah, that is true.
That's right. That's right.
What's the other one? Is that
Damon.
the other? Yeah. No, I did not do well in that class.
All right. So I believe you have one more action left. Do you want to do anything else with that one action?
At this point, I don't really know what to do with it except wait,
You could punch
no,
one
I
of them.
can't do that. I'm going to cast guidance on who's next?
Next up in the initiative would be Kylie.
Kylie.
All right.
Remind me what that does.
You basically get a +1 to attack rolls and saving throws or skill checks.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool. Tanks, homie.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, it is now Kylie's turn. Kylie, you have the hobgoblin that hit you twice, the one that's reinforcing him, and the gray ash tribe death warrior of the orcs. What do you do?
I'm gonna go after the hobgoblin that hit me. Little son of a... Yeet. At the 26 to hit?
26 to hit will hit.
Sick. We're gonna go for another one.
All right.
Yeah. I hope you're ready, PJ.
Hit me.
That's a 39 to hit.
That's going to be a dirty crit. That's going to be a
Yeah.
crazy high dirty crit. So,
God.
do you want to roll all the damage and tell me how much that is?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Okay.
Remind me how one does that, though.
Sure. So for a crit, you're going to take all the damage you normally would on a regular attack and then double it. And if you have the deadly trait, you are going to, after you're done rolling and doubling, add the deadly dice later.
Cool. Okay.
You know why this
Right
is
on.
a good stream for newbies to Pathfinder to watch? Because we play so often that we know enough, but we still forget everything. So we have to re-explain how the game works multiple times an episode.
We definitely get to have the moment of like, how's this work? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you how the deadly trait works, how the fatal trait works.
Definitely don't remember what any of those mean. Amazing.
Also, we took like a 3-week, almost a month-long hiatus, so then it's like, oh wait, how does half this stuff work again?
Hold on.
The Skagwater's like, when in doubt, punch in the face. Falcon punch.
Ah, I really miss playing games like Star Fox.
So good.
I know, right? There's like playing Star Fox is like one of my favorite things to do as a kid with my
Yeah.
cousins.
What, for the N64 or for the SNES?
Star Fox?
Yeah.
GameCube.
Oh, the GameCube. Oh, I'm sorry.
Star Fox
no,
Assault.
sorry, PJ.
Well, here's the thing. The only Star Fox I know for GameCube is that awful one with all the furries on Dino Planet.
No, that's Star Fox
Yeah.
Adventures.
That's what I'm saying. It's the only one I know.
Star
I don't
Fox
know the other one.
Assault was for GameCube as well.
See, that's on me. I don't know that one.
Yeah, I played Star Fox Assault and the crappy Dino one, which I loved.
I also
I was
loved
gonna
that
say.
game. I freaking love Star Fox Adventures. But I was angry because I was like, somebody told me that you can get the gun if you play through the game, and then I beat the game and I still didn't get the gun because it wasn't originally a Star Fox game when they made it.
That's true. It was a different game.
Mhm.
But that being said, I saw Kylie do this. Kylie, what was your evil number of damage that you've just done?
It's gonna be 68 in total.
68 in total.
Mhm.
Tell me the tale of how you kill this hobgoblin.
So I feel like when he attacked, he probably like she tried to dodge, wasn't quite fast enough, and just like cleaved like into her shoulder. She like fumbles back a little, takes a deep breath, like locks eyes with this undead being, docks like 2 arrows. I am your god, and fires.
Oh,
Bro,
you still have like the Reaper rune on that bow,
Yep,
right?
I sure
Yeah.
do.
As the arrows strike this undead monstrosity, you can see 2 large kopeshes hook into its shoulders and drag its body to the very depths of the duat to be judged by he who judges the dead.
dope.
Now, if I
Does
recall correctly,
everybody
those are-
see that?
you just see the undead kind of have this unusual skitter, and you see its body start bending in half, like folding a piece of bread, and it drops to the ground.
Watch that in a movie or something. That's dope as hell.
Now, that being said, Shonibus, you took 2 shots to absolutely pulverize that undead hobgoblin. You still have 1 more action left.
I'm going to try to intimidate this orc.
Okay. This is not an attack action. Normally, you can't intimidate the undead, but I believe you can because of one of your magical items.
Yeah. I believe it's my... I think it's my veil.
If it's not the veil, it might be the voice of the undead, or the voice of the duat, I think, that you also have. It's been forever since you got all those sweet duat gear.
Can I try intimidating? Like, can I try talking to it instead? Because I can't find it.
That's fair. That's fair. Yes, absolutely. Do you speak Orcish?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I'll allow that. I'll
Do
allow
you?
that.
Cool. All right. So, you want to be next? Just like what?
All right, give me an intimidation check with a -2.
Yeet. With a -2?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a 24.
24. Okay. Let me look against its will.
Oh God.
That succeeds by 1 point. It is demoralized, meaning that it is at a fear 1. Basically, everything is at a -1 penalty of this creature. And in Orcish, you hear 2 voices speaking at once. They reek of corruption. One of them is the voice of, well, it's a very familiar voice. Speaking through it, its open mouth, you see a green, sickly green fire back in its throat as it speaks. and you hear a very familiar voice just saying to you, "Shown this, I know better than to believe you can put the fear in my will." But then you hear another voice over it. And in the green fire, you see a little bit of a light blue one, as the soul of the Grey Ash warrior is fighting to get its body back. And the other orc is saying to you, "Put me to rest. I am disembodied. I wish not to be a failure in this form."
Finish him, Dragon. Finish him. Finish him.
Don't worry, Dragon's got you, bro.
Dragon, it's your turn. We got a really badly injured death warrior of the Grey Ash tribe orcs. We also have clan of orcs. We also have the second hobgoblin general. What are you gonna do?
So Dragon's pulling himself through the hole, drawing out his gunblade in his large form, and he's going to... There's 2 left, right?
2 left, yes.
And I'm going to spell swipe both of them. So it's all
Okay.
all 3 actions, spell swipe, but I'm using telekinetic projectile to launch them at a wall when I hit them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit. I believe it's also rolled a hit, so yeah. Roll the hit.
Okay. That is a 32 to hit.
Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's like, whenever you hear a 30 drop, it takes a minute for me to readjust to that. That's going to hit. It won't be a dirty crit, but that will hit.
Darn, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's not the 10 over the number just yet.
Okay, so I jump down, I spell swipe, so they both get hit with my melee damage. Are they evil creatures?
It's a very good question. Let me double check.
Because if they are, then I get the extra holy damage as well.
They are evil.
Cool! So many things are about to... Oh, God, I need more D6s is what I need. Let me... so that's 8 D6s plus my weapon damage. Good lord.
Yeah. If you like being an absolute dice goblin, Pathfinder 2 is for you. Because you get to roll, like, 20 D8s.
Okay. Actually rolled pretty low, so, but... Okay. Wait.
This camera
So that's, I think that's 41 points of damage to each of them.
Okay.
Let me-
And you use the good rune.
The good rune plus my fire damage. Oh, plus 7. So, what did I say? 41?
You said 41?
Okay, so 48 total damage to both of them.
48. Awesome. Sorry, my brain was like, good rune, home of the good rune. Can I take your order?
And I want to... I'm using telekinetic projectile, so I want to just knock them flying backwards.
Okay. There we go. I had to cheat and use my calculator for some math. So you try to knock them back. The telekinetic projectile definitely, like, you see almost like the strike of the blade just get repeated in this impact of telekinetic energy. They're not going to be knocked back, but they will definitely kind of stumble on their back foot as this almost secondary shadow strike slams into their chest cavity.
Awesome.
So all 3 actions, they're looking really bad. The Death Warrior is now beyond bloodied. And with that, we have the Death Warrior is going to go.
Oh,
Awesome.
I forgot. I'm enlarged.
Oh.
I apologize. I forgot about that. So... Oh, it's just 2 extra damage to each of them, so it's 50 total damage to each.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't change much.
Yeah. It's all good, all good. Man, that other one looks terrible. Okay, so the Death Warrior is going to go. The Death Warrior is going to... With a roar, they're going to run towards Dragon from taking that huge hit. and they are going to just straight up bite you. Okay, oh, that's not very good. That's going to be a dirty 30 to hit Dragon.
That does hit me.
All right.
That one hits.
Good to know.
Biting my ankle.
Pretty much. You're going to take 15 piercing damage, and I'm going to need from you a fortitude save.
Okay. You said 15?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. So the fortitude save is a 34.
34. That critical success on that. You will not be drained one or stunned one if undead, as it tries to start just siphoning negative energy into your veins like a poison.
Get off me, you little shit.
He goes back in for another bite, and he critically 20s the bite.
Ow! He didn't like me trying to shake him off. What a little shit.
He did not. He did not. All right, so you're going to be taking 25 piercing damage, and I need you to make another save, another fortitude save.
All right. 25 damage. Another fortitude save. Okay. Let's see here. How much is that? That is... Ooh, okay. That's a 25.
25. You beat it by 1 point.
Oh,
crap.
thank God. Okay. Sweet.
You are not drained one or stunned one, but you're not undead. And I don't know, maybe Duskwalkers count as undead, I don't know. But you're not drained one, so you're fine. And with that, it's the end of the Deathwalker's turn and the end of the first round of combat. We're going to jump up to Randy. Make sure I didn't skip anyone. No, I got everyone. Randy, top of the next round.
Yeah. How long? So 5 minutes. So a little bit longer on this fly. I am going to. What do they look like? Like as far as like how do any of them look pretty bloody?
Oh yeah, the Hobgoblin looks like he's about to die. The Death Warrior looks really beat up, but still pretty hardy.
All right, I'm gonna fly over to the Hobgoblin, grab him by whatever bony or like melting flesh is left there on this undead thing, and I'm going to attack with a Shocking Grasp.
Ooh,
So the same hands that are filled with lightning, you just see that like essentially just a whole fist of like cloud and lightning running up and down his wrist, his entire forearm, and we're gonna hero point that. I kid you not, I just went 120. So.
Oh my god. Kylie shuffle.
Yeah, so that I mean that's a nat 20. So
that is a nat 20. Now this is to the Hobgoblin or the Death Warrior?
I said the Hobgoblin. I wish I would have said to the Death Warrior.
All right. Critical damage.
All right.
Go ahead and double, go ahead and double it.
Yeah. That's 2d12. Yeah. Man, lightning damage is good. I should do this more often. All right.
Yes. Yes, it is. I've been using it the whole campaign.
That's 28.
28 damage. All right. Tell me the tale of what happens to this undead Hobgoblin.
So, as he sort of grabs it and like pulls it up into the sky, you just see like the lightning begin to intensify to the point where like smoke is literally rising from this creature's like putrid and broken flesh, and it just like catches fire and like the top of his head just sort of melts away as he's just like infusing it with as much like lightning as he can.
Love it. Yeah, and as you do that, he just ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The Hobgoblin is gone. So I believe that was 2 actions to cast a spell and 1 to kind of dive down and grab him. So that would be your turn.
Let me make sure it's a 2 spell thing. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Sidney. Sidney, what's Alona going to do? The only one left standing is the Death Warrior of the Grey Ash clan.
I'm just gonna use Searing Light again. Because I feel like it's like the best attack I have, and I feel like we're so close to getting this guy down. So this time it's gonna be with her other hand if she can strike.
And then, like Iron Man, you just kind of shoot from the...
Yeah,
From the palms.
exactly. Well, if you consider the fact that she prays from her palms, it would make sense that her energy also comes from her palms, especially because Afra's weapon, spiritual weapon, is unarmed combat. So it makes sense that everything has to do with the hands. Especially if you get really nerdy about it, and you want to, like, I don't know, say that because medical work is done with hands, and she's also kind of a deity of like medicine. Anyway, that's a 32.
32.
Yeah.
That will hit, but not a dirty crit.
All right. Well, it's gonna be 5d6 again, so bear with me. Someone tell a joke while I do this.
Okay. Who's got a joke?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I don't know. I got nervous. I don't know anymore.
It works.
A little girl with anxiety trying to sell Girl Scout cookies.
Just like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Thin Mints? I mean, Girl Scout cookies? Thin Mints?
I don't know why I'm here.
Wait,
Girl
what-
mints.
Wait, now I
Girl
want to know what
mints?
everyone's favorite Girl Scout cookie is, because it's definitely not Thin Mints for me.
Really?
Oh, it is Thin Mints for me 100%.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
love
a
them.
Samoas.
Snickerdoodle.
Nah.
Snickerdoodles.
Them Samoas though.
Oh, Samoas!
Samoas.
Yeah,
Samoas
those
are
are
good.
great.
Samoas are good.
That's 39 damage.
39 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I remember my joke now.
Oh, what is that? I'm doing some
As
math.
soon as it over. What do you call a fast zombie?
What do you call
Given
him?
we're fighting undead. A zombie.
A zombie.
That's actually kind of cute.
That is really
One of my
cute.
kids told it to me today, and I was like,
They get a clap for that for sure.
Yeah. So you blast with this other hand. The beam washes over the Death Warrior. He stumbles back a bit, and even though like the skin on his chest is broken away, and all you can see is exposed rib cage, empty and hollow, he is barely holding on, and he's still in the fight. I think you have one action left. Is that correct?
I do have one action left. Am I gonna hit this guy? Maybe I will.
Alona punch.
Maybe I'll punch him. I don't know. Don't I have bonuses? I have bonuses, right? To
Didn't
hit
you
the
take
raps?
a level of something?
Of monk? I did.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what that does.
You can
I-
punch.
dude.
Punch.
I don't remember what it does.
I'm gonna look it up. I think yours just gave you the ability to be lethal or non-lethal with a punch and have it be worth a D6. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, I have that. I do 3d8 damage.
Yes, with
My
your
hands.
hand wraps of heavenly peace.
All right, and I do have a +1 from my new strength. That is the new thing. You're right, Reach Psyche. I have this much muscle now. All right,
This much.
this much. And actually, my unarmed strike modifier is the same as my spell DC. So maybe I should look into that. That seems very wrong. As in my spell DC should be higher. I mean, or my spell modifier should be higher. My spell modifier, not my spell DC. Anyway, it's 29 to hit.
29 to hit will hit. Now, I should say, these are the hand wraps of heavenly peace. This damage is non-lethal, and
Damn
it is a zombie. So,
Oh, that's right. You're gonna die anyway.
How does that work?
It's gonna be
Well-
like the third person you've killed.
Oh,
that-
well now I don't
Add to the
There's
list.
way more than that.
Well, now, wait a minute. He is a zombie. Zombies don't always necessarily die due to non-lethal damage, unless you want to make it lethal. Then it would be 3d6.
It's a zombie and it's evil. You do know that it's evil.
It's true,
It's already
and it doesn't
dead.
really. Well, you wouldn't know it has some semblance of an echo soul or whatever fighting in its body. You just know that it's undead.
That
And it's-
means great. No. I can sense it. I can sense it. I can sense there's a little bit of Korokos left in there, and I'm gonna squish it out like I did in the end of season 1. All right, cool.
Ooh, all right.
You said how many d6?
3d6.
I think you're right, Wes. There's definitely a lot of deaths probably in there.
Wait, so
Just
many!
hearing how excited she got about that.
We should like pull out a scroll and like add a name every time. Roll it
Alona's
back up.
murder list.
Yes!
Just keep tally.
Hey.
Look, all I'm saying is you guys have pegged the wrong murder hobo in this party.
It's not murder if it's an accident.
Yeah. It's not murder if it's an accident. Yeah, actually
The
going,
law
I'm
would
just going
say
to punch you
differently.
lethally. If you die, oops, it's on you.
Oh no!
Oops, I didn't think that would happen.
I cast my searing holy light and burned a hole in your chest. Whoops!
Oops, I did it again. I messed with your heart. I ripped it from your chest. Oh, baby, baby.
It's just 10. It's just 10 damage.
It's just 10 damage? Okay. 10 damage is good. Aluna, tell me the tale of how you murdered this.
That's
They had
excellent.
6 HP.
Oh,
6 HP.
here we go. Alona decides to get down in there with Shionibis and Dragon. She's like, all right, here we go. I got +1 strength from the Church of Iron. I can now punch harder than I've ever punched before. She's really excited. She sees the perfect strike. She's like, I'm gonna get him. She like winds up, and then she kind of feels like weird. She's kind of like, huh. I feel like something's off about this guy. And she looks at Shionibis. She's like, Shionibis is looking at it kind of weird too. Oh well, and she just decks him in the face.
All right, so as you just jack him in the face, you can hear the crunch of skull breaking inward through wet, bloated, decaying meat and skin as it sloughs off like spit out in the wind. As this does, now when these things die, when these undead creatures die, there's always like a really weird last spark of the sickly green undead fire as it returns to Thane Animus and the necromantic powers of the soul well. There's a little bit of a light blue flame. And you remember seeing this from when you were helping Zaka and the Gray Ash, effectively counselor, and you saw the spirit of Xanakin, the kind of ghostly blue flame that also sparks one last time. And you can guess what's happening, where that soul, if you want to call it that, is heading off to. But what's more important, everyone give me a perception check.
Yeet. 27.
Also
27.
a 27.
27,
31.
26.
26, 31. Okay. So you all see Ichi starting to kind of come to under the shield and kind of rubbing her head. Alona,
Fun brigade.
as you deck this guy and see the blue and green flames kind of go their separate way, you see around his neck is another finger of Korokos.
Ah. I'm gonna take that from his corpse.
Okay.
Look. She's even collecting trinkets from her victims.
Ah!
Alona, I never
Wow.
thought you
That's-
were doing
Man,
that kind of
that's
thing.
really messed up.
Yeah, that's kind
He's
of
really trying to get into this fun brigade.
No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's Korokos' finger.
I don't
Ew.
really need to
So
know
why
whose
do you
finger
want
it
it?
is.
Yeah.
Well, we might need it for something.
All I'm saying is, does it count as a kill if it's a zombie like undead?
Well, like that's a trinket from like her first kill, so like I would still count that.
Okay, all right. Still kind of messed up though. Like
Still it's definitely
not the rest of us don't collect,
I've never
like,
collected
trophies.
a dead body part of.
See,
can we loot their bodies? Is there anything there?
Absolutely. If you want to loot the undead goblin body, I'm sorry, the undead hobgoblin orc bodies, you find.
I'm definitely over there. Like, yeah, that's gross.
yeah.
Wait, hold up though. You asked us to do a perception check, and you said that Ichi comes to right after the battle's over.
Yes.
Nap
Well,
time.
slowly come to, not like sit straight up like the Undertaker,
Okay.
but like start stirring, like they're coming together.
Yeah, I thought that was sus to Sidney. I'm glad you picked up on that.
I mean, also, Dragon's giving you shit, and I literally have a feat called Monster Scavenger, where I scavenge parts from monsters to sell.
That's true.
You're a bounty hunter, Dragon.
I know.
I love Rip Psyche in the chat saying that you're literally a bounty hunter, Dragon. Okay, so you see Ichi slowly kind of stirring and coming to. You get the finger. Right, you're looting the bodies. You find a glaive and 3 composite short bows. Not magical, not special in any way, just rank and file. But you all do find in the mess of debris, there's a goblin hand sticking out of the debris. Its fist closed, like a baby holding onto a finger, just kind of out there, up in the debris.
Look, one's cheering our victory.
Hey, nice. Who's gonna go like observe it? I'm not getting that close.
Look, I'll be honest. I've chopped off enough arms for 1 week.
What do you want us to? If we investigated, what do you want us to do?
I don't
could
know.
do
It
it.
just looks weird. Just like
All right,
sure.
I'll go and check. I slowly glide over there on my last like minute of flying left, and I'm like looking at it.
Right, looking at the hand really closely, you can see that the hand, this tiny goblin hand, is clutching another finger of Korokos.
Oh, I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna try to do it sneakily so that Elona doesn't see me take it.
Dragon sees what's happening and like puts one of his giant legs in front of Lothier to block him from Lothier.
Dragon just like taking a nice like long
It's,
lunge.
Well, all right. After that, you're able to unpry one by one this goblin hand, the skin kind of spongy and damp from being in the water for so long. Pull out the finger. You now have 4 of the fingers of Korokos. And this is where we're going to take our 10-minute break. When we come back, we will get to the second half of episode 43 of season 2, and hopefully the technical gods will smile upon us, and we will stop having technical difficulties beyond our control. See you in 10, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for that 10-minute break. And so far, the techno gods smile upon us, so we're going to take this opportunity to keep on rolling.
Don't jinx it.
PJ doesn't know how to not say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look, my logic is this. If I'm just being genuine and I jinx something, then maybe it just wasn't meant to be.
Fair.
I'm knocking on wood first.
You show me wrong. I take everything back.
That being said, we're back. The fight on the second floor is done with. You have 2 more fingers of Korokos. And it looks like all the undead threats are done. Ichi is starting to stir awake, but you're stuck in a 25-foot slide that used to be the ceiling and the staircase above to get back. So the question is, what do you do now?
So we have the portal in front of us down this slide, or we can take more stairs. Is that what I'm gathering?
How do we get to the portal, PJ?
The green one-way only portal?
Is it one way
We can't
into
go
the
through
room?
it anyway. It's one way, right?
It only, basically, as you all were able to understand, it allowed the Green King to come into the castle. didn't allow anyone to go through it.
Or we could do some like magic stuff.
Yeah,
and
can we try
make it.
to like reverse magic it?
You could absolutely try. Absolutely do that.
Yo, can we buy our powers combined? This thing.
Like, should I force trick this? Like...
Now, here's the thing. If we're gonna spend the next 30 minutes trying to do this, and it's just not possible, you should let us know right now.
That's fair.
No. I agree. Absolutely. Let me posit this question to you.
Okay.
This portal allowed the Green King to come to Korokos.
Yes.
Where does the Green King currently reside?
I don't know.
Do you?
In the
Soul.
Well of Souls.
The soul well, right?
In the Soul Well? Sickly green energy seems to be on par. So if we open up this portal and force it to go two ways, and then you walk through it to see the Green King, you'd be seeing the Green King on his turf, on his terms, in one of the most dangerous undead siphons in the multiverse.
But if we make it reverse it and it's a one way
Right,
that
that's
way,
what I'm thinking.
we can throw my rock through.
That's not what I
I like this idea. This is a good idea.
The look on Randy's face of immediate, oh god damn it. Oh my god.
What is it? A level 9 fireball?
It's a level 9 fireball. Yep. So, if you want to do that, you can. You can absolutely do a ritual to reverse engineer this portal. It's basically just all the reagents are right there. You could, in theory, do it if you wanted to.
How badly do you want to piss off this god?
Is that
He's
a real
not going
question?
to kill him. It's just going to make him angry.
Yeah, but we're trying to end his existence. I mean, how much more pissed off can he get?
But I'm gonna argue that we should save that for when we actually have to fight him.
100%. Absolutely. Like, but my brain immediately was just like, we'll just send a middle finger through, pretty much.
Reed Psyche's like,
This is
throw the
a-
rock.
Throw the rock.
Reef Psyche is really team throw the rock.
Dwayne Johnson, go!
I guess we're going to have to throw the talking rock. We'll just pester him to death.
Oh no, not
Jefferson.
I mean, he talks a lot, but that's
Jefferson.
kind of rude.
Jefferson the talking rock.
Throw the rock, Jefferson.
Okay.
No, wait, no, don't do that. I'm just kidding.
Jefferson the rock
Jefferson.
like comes back like, you forsaken me.
I'm the Green King now, bitch.
I'm the Green King. How'd you become the Green King? I issued a very strongly worded thesis statement, and by Jove, from there I became a god. Roll the dash.
Yeah.
Not the thesis. All right.
So,
So
yeah, I guess I'm just gonna start tossing people out of the room at this point, unless there's something else we want to do here.
I think we go.
At this point, I think we have to go underwater.
Yeah.
In the hole. Right? We have to drop down the big hole.
Yeah. Wait, actually, Lothier, can we use your machine at this point?
Yeah. Let's try it. He looks at you when you suggest that, and he's like, on the inside, the internal monologue is, I hope Alona's still not mad at me for having stolen this from that book. And then he takes the finger. Well, you're talking about using Korokos's finger, right?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I just need something from Korokos, like blood or hair or, and then, yeah, I guess the finger. And then I pull one out of my pocket very slowly.
Huh, what?
What? You have like 3. I just got 1.
I was just keeping them in one place.
I know. I was making fun of you. I'm sorry. All right.
Dragon's
And
just trying to stifle a giggle, but he's huge, so it just sounds like
How long does enlarge last?
5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's about the same time that I'm gonna fall out of the sky. I am using Construct Carver.
Ooh.
So I'm basically summoning a construct. The construct I summon is a distinct ivory scrimshaw appearance. And it appears the summon construct gains a +4 bonus to perception checks to locate the creature or thing that is attached to those fingers.
Okay.
I'm also gonna recharge my spell strike while we have a moment.
All right. In that case, everyone looking at it, give me a perception check, and I'll start to kind of describe from there what happens.
Ooh. Did you
Is
get
that a nat 20, Kylie?
I did get a nat 20, guys.
I love how literally, who is this? Gentleman
That's
Commander?
Adam.
Oh!
That's Adam.
Well, you came into the chat and you were like, I can't wait to watch Kylie roll a nat 1, and her first roll you see is a nat 20.
Haha, bitch.
So yeah, as Lothier, as you open your hand and the kind of bone scrimshaw begins to form, you see what looks like a form slumped over on the ground. It looks like two hands gripping something close to it. Gripping something close, hunched over. You get this sort of waving sensation from the bones in its arms as the skeleton is gripping onto something you can't quite tell what for dear life. And so you get the sensation that he's close by and underwater. Kylie, with that critical 20, you're able to notice something very important about this. The scrimshaw on the hand has a thumb, and it's missing all 4 fingers on his right hand. As his body is holding on to something, the thumb is hooked. Being a fighter your whole life, you know that what's left of his right hand is gripping the blade of the War King underwater, about 2 stories below you.
Oh no. Who's up for a swim?
Me?
Like
Yes.
more like a deep dive, actually.
Oh.
I don't know if I can stay submerged underwater for that long.
What'd you
that's
see?
a good point.
I think I found the blade.
Oh,
Oh, in that case, Dragon's gonna turn and cut off the hand of one of the zombies, and then just put it in a pouch.
But the thing that's holding on to it is missing 4 fingers.
So Korikos' dead body still has the blade?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Oh.
That's good, right? We know where it is.
Underwater.
And
Turns
other
to-
undead things came alive. We had a hard enough time killing him.
Mhm.
Just makes me a little nervous, you know?
So I look over at Alona and I go, I might be able to help with the water breathing. Remember last time we started talking about maybe needing to go underwater?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this this spell that I had heard about. And I think I found one that will be able to help us.
Okay.
It's yeah. PJ, if it's a 2nd level spell and we are level 9, it's heightened 1, or is it heightened?
If it is a second level spell and you cast it with a second level spell slot, it is still a second level spell.
Okay.
But if you cast it with a third level spell slot
Mhm.
or a fourth level spell slot, that's where you get the heightened effect.
Got it. So I have it currently as a second level spell, but I could change it, but I would need to rest again to do that. So with a first level spell, it's going to be 1 hour duration of us in the water. If I can heighten it, then I think I can get it to let me see at this level, what can I get? I think I can get it up to level heightened 3, which would give us 8 hours underwater.
Ooh,
That's pretty good.
So I do
Really
need to
good.
rest to do that though.
let's rest. We can rest. We can rest.
All right.
I don't think there's anything particularly pressing at this moment. A short rest or a long rest?
I think it's long rest, right, PJ?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no short rest and long rests in Pathfinder 2e, so you'd have to basically get a full 8 hours sleep to recharge that. But that's good because you could also heal and recuperate spell slots, etc., etc.
We can do
Are
that.
we sleeping in a haunted broken house?
I really don't want to sleep on a pile of dead zombies, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
to each
Well,
their own.
considering we have to go underwater anyway, we might as well get out of here.
Okay,
Get back
let's
to
do that.
land
Yeah,
in the meantime.
should also do that before
All right.
my enlarge ends, so I can toss you guys out.
Right. Let's go.
Mhm.
All right, let's put all the burden onto Dragon. Dragon, give me an athletics check to throw each person over your shoulder, to arch just perfectly so they would be in the area of the stairs, and then fall about 50 plus feet to the next floor.
I hero pointed. It's a 30.
30?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's enough. So woof, one after the other. Everyone, you are falling 50 feet. Now it's in water, but I'm going to need an acrobatics check to basically break your fall in the water. Now, if you don't break your fall, it's okay. It's literally a fourth of 50 feet, which I believe is like 10 damage is what you would suffer. So the choice is yours. Yeah, it's going to be like 12 damage is what you'd suffer if you don't make the acrobatics check.
Well, looks like it's time to try.
Okay. Ooh,
I would like to do a cannonball when I jump in the water.
I like backflip into it and like am the most graceful you've ever seen Lothier. I got a like 19 plus 12.
Oh my god,
31?
31? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Success.
rolled a 19.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
At that point, you're almost critting. And you're fine.
Just a swan dive. It's so beautiful.
You just see like Tobias and Morel like watching you splash in the water, and they're like, 10. They can't even judge. Gave the diver from bracket 10. Oh, you know that was a really good dive.
Oh, that's where you were. While we almost died in the castle. Hanging
Oh.
out, having a boys' day.
Who almost died?
Yes.
We didn't almost die, no.
I
I got my ankle bit, but
Yeah, Dragon almost turned into a zombie.
Did you really?
Giant
Yeah.
zombie.
Kylie, what was your acrobatics check?
23.
Unfortunately, not enough. You're gonna be taking 12 damage.
Cool.
Sydney, how about you?
9.
So how much?
29.
29. That will work. You won't take any damage from the fall. So, Wes, you said you're going to be doing a cannonball. Is that what you're doing?
Am I still giant?
I'm going to say yeah.
So would it technically still count as 50 feet if I'm giant?
No.
Then yes, I'm doing a freaking cannonball. Just to mess with everyone.
I think like, oh, ask for a check, but I'm like, why? Why, PJ? Why ask for a check? What's the point in that?
I'm
Everyone else
trying
give
to
me.
trying to get everybody. They're already wet, but I'm trying to hit Morel and Tobias.
Oh,
specifically.
okay. Then I'll tell you what. Since now, everyone, if you want to, you can just take the splash and be fine, and I will force Morel and Tobias to make a reflex save to not get wet. Is that fine?
Sure.
All right.
Ride the wave.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. No, they're good. Morel puts his hand up, but he's still got his shield, and goes, "Oh bugger," and then looks at it and just hits the deck. And Tobias just kind of like sees it coming, takes 3 steps to the right, and just sees the water, like in the splash zone, just deluge next to him, and he's like, "Honestly, that was a 3 out of 10, mate. Your splash was terrible. It was everywhere."
Rude.
Yeah, that may or may not have been the point, Tobias.
You almost got me wet. That's unforgivable.
Looks at Janus.
Me and Kylie both.
We're on the same page.
Does the cannonball disturb the gigantic sea monster that Kylie saw earlier?
And or the.
Oh,
the
is that the
blade
water
we're
we
trying
just
to
jumped
get?
into? I thought that was in a different area.
Nope.
Oh.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
You had to say it!
You had to remind the GM.
26.
I am fired tonight.
38.
38.
Good God.
36.
36.
36. So, Dragon, ironically, or maybe even poetically, cannot see any stirring or movement in the deep waters. Everyone else, if you look at the first image of the first floor, that big shadowy ripple in the center vanishes.
Mm.
Just
Terrifying.
vanishes deeper into the castle.
I don't like it.
No bueno.
To land!
The land. Let's go.
Let's go!
Whispers to Janus. Remind me to push Tobias in the water later.
I mean, I'll distract him if you want to just get behind him right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Can I make a
Should
stealth?
give me a deception check.
Should I roll stealth, or what should I roll for this?
No, you just need to make an athletics check, but if she succeeds in this deception, it'll be good for you.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the best I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my math? That's a 17.
Total?
But he's already in love with me, so automatic disadvantage.
Is that how that works?
No, not even close. All right. So total of 17. Unfortunately, you try to, distract. He says, "Shonibus, you're being weird. Why are you being weird?" And once that happens, he's gonna make a perception check.
It's totally something Tobias would say.
He sees Dragon's about to shove him, and he turns. He goes,
Can I shove him?
"No." Make a stealth check.
Distractions!
Kylie.
31. Yes.
What was that face?
It was a 31.
31. The DC, from what I can tell, and I'm borrowing numbers, I don't have Tobias Raphael's perfect stats, it's 24. So that succeeds as you shove him into the water without him being any bit aware.
High five,
I am. I
Dragon.
was gonna go to high five Chanibus, and then Dragon's just gonna walk away. Like, walk away.
He begins to try and thank God. He begins to try and swim back. There's a penalty because he's wearing armor. Thankfully, he rolled an 8 in the die face. He's able to get back, push himself up on dry land, and he's just kind of like soaping wet. I will remember this. Absolutely remember this when you're sleeping in your tents at night.
Could be worse.
Does Dragon shrink back to normal size at this point?
At this point, you're. All right, so you're back in the first area, and again, if you go to our Discord or go to your Facebook page, Facebook chat, you'll see the map of the first floor. So the question is, knowing that Korokos lies beneath the water, what do you do?
We're going back to land to rest.
Yeah, we're resting for.
Oh, you're going back to dry land, so you're going to be going back on that game plank and leaving the
Yeah.
castle.
Why?
Oh.
No. Why would we stay here where it's dangerous?
I don't know. You said you're gonna go rest. I didn't get a specific location as to where, but that's fine.
Danger!
you're-
There's a sea monster.
I have a question, PJ. This is just for future Randy. Perhaps something I am interested in doing.
Okay.
If I cast water breathing on everyone,
Mhm.
can I then later, like right after that, also cast pass without a trace on everyone?
Hold on.
What is pass without a trace to?
I'm curious.
It
about that as well.
improves
You
your.
could be
stealth.
more stealthy.
That's awesome.
I think you can. You have that as a primal spell.
Yes, I do.
What level spell is it?
I have it heightened 2nd level right now.
Okay, so pass without a trace would normally be 1st level.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Looking up the rules for pass without a trace. Boom. Here we go.
Because we could be sneakies in the waters.
I want Alona to be sneaky for once in her entire life.
It's just a little bit sneaky. It ain't all that.
You can absolutely cast both spells.
Up.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
All of my magic planning has come to fruition.
The sweet thing about this game is all the sexy spell combos you can fire off.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is.
Because if this was a game that shall not be named right now, it would be a concentration spell, probably for at least one of those two.
Yeah, and here they just have durations. There's no concentration, and even if there was a concentration, here's the great thing about Pathfinder 2e: concentration only means if you have specific abilities that prevents you from using anything that has the concentration trait, you cannot do it. If you don't have that caveat, then the concentration trait doesn't matter.
Perfect. Love it.
So even then, it's moot. It's all about what you can juggle and stack.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
PJ's really good at selling Pathfinder, by the way.
I'm just excitable. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be doing some hand waving here because it sounds like you're going to leave, go back to the camp area where the Order of the Compass Rose is there. So either you sit down your own camp or borrow theirs. Either way, full night's rest, food, dinner, warmth. Tobias is getting dry. The next day, you're able to kind of shift around your spells. The recovery in this, I believe, is your Constitution modifier times your level and how much HP you recover a night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that means anyone's going to be, not max HP at this point. You didn't take too much damage during that fight.
I did.
Speak for yourself.
I got my ankle bit.
Okay, before we go to bed, Alona heals you.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, with all the cleric spells you got, you're going to be fine. So you wake up fully healed, fully recovered, all spell slots doing whatever you want to do. Take a second to make sure you have your spells prepared how you want them. And then we move on.
Yeah. So I think the first we know exactly where we need to go down into the water? Then perfect. So then as we're getting ready to set out for that morning, Lothar gathers everyone and goes, "All right. This should work, but only 5 of us can go. So I know Alona and Gianovis and Dragon, myself. And then I look at Ichi, I look at like Morel and them, and I'm like, who's coming? Whoever says they are. We stand in a circle, and he pulls some seaweed from his pouch, begins smashing it on his hands, and then begins chanting whatever the incantation is for this spell. And what tends to happen is that seaweed sort of, imagine snakes breaking up out of that seaweed, and they just start crawling up your legs, and it's just like snake-like seaweed covering your whole face, and it goes over your mouth, and then you're able to breathe underwater for 8 hours.
Mm.
You can talk.
Oh.
It's all, you know, it's magic.
Alona turned into an orca?
Yeah, I don't know why Alona was doing that. It doesn't stop me from talking.
That was very
That was
weird.
kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh, I think something else might help us too. This will help us be a little bit sneaky. And he begins chanting again, and you feel the wind pick up around you. I feel like Chionobis would know what this kind of like magic assisting you to be more sneaky kind of thing feels like, but everyone else, you feel just like a small vortex of like leaves and dirt and things just sort of wrap around you. And when like for some reason you all have a +4 to your to any stealth check you're going to make, but you also, if that is lower than 27, you get an automatic 27. So it's whichever of those is like 27 is the lowest you can get,
That's cool.
because that's my spell DC.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's broken
right.
as fuck. I love
That's great.
I love
The
that.
DC of
That's awesome.
checks. The DC of checks to track you gains a +4 status bonus, or is equal to your spell DC.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
Ah,
TJ didn't realize you were
PJ's
so
like,
strong.
God damn
He's
it.
like, oh no.
Damn. Okay.
I feel no fear. I feel no fear. What do? Beat the game I made you for you? Oh, I'm so sad.
You were like, it only makes you a little stealthy. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, Lothier, the absolute unit that he is like, oh yeah, just a little stealthy. Sprinkles all of that OP all over you. All right.
All right, I've used 2 really powerful spells though, so there we go.
let's go.
All right. So we go back to the first floor, where you see the stairs going all over the second floor. You see just a giant open thing of water and the chute to your left. Do you want to just jump in and start swimming? Do you want to take the 100-foot drop into water?
I mean, since we know where it is, I think we're just gonna go get it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Anyone else? Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Run in the water.
Grab and go.
All right. Jump in and start swimming.
Yeah.
Wait,
Give
we're
me
jumping
athletics.
down the 100 feet?
No, I thought you were jumping in the center where the big pool of water was. That's what I meant by jump in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Everyone give me an athletics check to swim.
Oh boy. 38.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dragon's Svagar.
I rolled really
29.
I got a good old 25.
Right.
Not the best swimmer.
Can't you turn into a shark?
I
well.
could,
30.
but I'm trying to go with all of y'all.
I love it. I'm purposely nerfing myself so I don't show you up because I want to hang out with you.
After casting these incredibly powerful spells and impressing everyone, I want to stick with the group.
Cool. So I am taking a photo of this. I'm going to put it in the Facebook group and the Discord. But you are able to all swim down an absurd amount. Because you can breathe, you're not exhausting yourself as much as you should be. Like, it's just like you're walking, say, 50 or 100 feet south. Let me find the image. Boom. There it is. It's sideways. Why is it sideways? Let me fix that really fast. Hi, welcome to Edge of Legend. I have to edit my phone apps like you do. So if you're in the Facebook chat, that is what you see. I'm going to show it on camera in just a second, and then after that, put it in the Discord. So you are in the 3rd floor of this dungeon, if you will. This is what it looks like exactly north, south, east, and west.
Okay.
So let me put that in the Discord really fast so that our fans at home can look at this map, trying to figure out what it means.
That's exactly how I feel.
I
Yeah.
was like, me too.
Same.
So you are now fully immersed in water. As you go to this floor, it's not like there's dry land or there's dry land with a punch of water. No, you are completely submerged in water. You see what looks like a walkway where the rug is completely rotted through with moisture, tearing down and kind of disintegrating from this decay. It leads to a massive door that is encapsulated in an actual draconic rib cage. You see a large wall of kind of conjoined muscles meeting in one center crossover. These walls seem to be scaled and have now at this point fossilized and long dead atrophied muscles attached to it. In the bottom, you see that there is of course the chute that just enters into this area, and a window that is 10 by 10 that one person can swim through, exit the castle entirely, and just be out deep in the ocean on the coast of the Alphon continent. Now, it should be stated, as you see in the image that I sent to you, and will send in the Discord if I haven't already, the door does appear to be cracked open a little bit as it rests in the ribcage, the draconic ribcage around the door. Welcome to the third floor of the sunken castle of General Korokos. Cool, I've already sent it.
Blub blub.
Blah, blah. I'm gonna move towards the door.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use this opportunity to stealth.
Nice.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights so we can see better. Down here.
So negate all the stealth.
Oh well, no. Oh, I thought we couldn't. Can we see down here or no?
Oh yeah, how dark is it? That's a great point.
That's a good question.
It's very underground.
You are about 100 feet below water, so it's pretty dark.
Okay.
I'm going to say if you have dark vision, you can see. If you have any sort of a tremor sense, you can see.
Let me see if
In that case, I am blind as a bat. So light it up.
I have low light vision. Would that work down here?
That's going to give you in darkness. I think low light gives you like visibility up to 30 feet. So you can only see within about 5 or 6 squares in front of you.
I guess that would be enough for Dragon to be able to see. So he probably wouldn't cast dancing lights at that point.
Yeah, and the other two are elves.
Yeah, so
Or half elves. I'm just gonna turn into a shark.
Oh really?
I can't see. I'm a human. I don't.
The door that's cracked open.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where I saw Korokos?
Let me see.
It was a nat 20.
Wasn't it 20? Give me a perception check with a +4.
Jesus Christ! Hold on. No, so close to another nat 20, and it turned at the end.
Oh,
Still not bad. 37.
well, that's a dirty crit. 10 above the DC, so that's going to count. You are definitely able to ascertain that behind that door is 2 things. One, the confirmed corpse of General Korokos. And 2, the open draconic ribcage where the 5 of you 1 year ago had a last stand and fought him to the death.
I guess I'll start swimming towards that door.
Okay.
Yeah, I use wild shake to turn into a shark.
Yeah, Dragon will follow Chanavis.
Okay.
Yes, he doesn't know where he's going.
Okay.
PJ, am I able to
Dragon?
wear my cloak in the water?
The Duat cloak?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
Dragon, what's your AC again?
28.
Okay.
Why do you need to know this?
I don't like that.
It's a very good question that you asked. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Okay. So then we're gonna need that as well.
But why?
Am
Am I about to get eaten by a sea monster?
How much HP do you have?
98?
No, son of a bitch.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
this.
You only
Okay.
have 98 HP?
Uh-huh.
He's like a spell person.
I do the smacky. I don't get the smacky.
I have more HP than you.
Oh,
Ooh.
shots fired.
Okay.
Wait, how much HP do you have?
Only 105.
I mean, that's 7 more.
I have 106.
I have 107. Am I the tank?
Well, right now, yeah. You're a shark.
Ruin tank. Everyone besides Dragon, give me a perception check with a minus. First of all, who here's got dark vision?
I'm a shark. I have electric senses as a shark, right?
I think. Yeah. Do you have dark vision, or is like something
I
underwater?
have a low light vision as a shark.
Okay.
And imprecise scent, according to this, I think.
I'll allow that. Okay, so everyone give me a perception check. If you have dark vision or imprecise scent or anything else, then no penalties.
But we're not stealthed? I thought we were
Yeah, what about our stealth?
We are stealth.
Yeah, I thought we were stealth.
Yeah, our
PJ?
27
I mean,
base
this is
stealth.
this is a water creature, so it might just be bad A.
Trust me, I've been rolling since y'all splashed into Zone 3 here. Don't worry about it.
Wait, who
Okay.
has these dolphin noises?
32.
What was yours, 32?
Yeah, 32.
Okay.
By the way, I don't know. This probably doesn't count for anything, but I was just curious what I would roll for a stealth, and I rolled a nat 1, so it makes sense that I'm the one getting hit right now. It's fine. I'm not gonna argue anything else. It's just gonna be here.
I'm just gonna glub, glub, glub,
Yeah,
glub.
it's just glub glub.
So Randy rolled a 31, is that correct? 31?
32.
32. Okay, Kyle, what was yours?
This was perception?
Perception.
22.
22. Okay.
Very focused on the door.
Sydney, what was... Sydney, what was your perception?
You know, want to know what I rolled?
Yes, I do.
Not 20 for bullshit.
Hell yeah!
All right. Here's the funny thing. The DC to beat was 33.
Ooh.
So, as you all are swimming,
Just
you hear this quick flutter of water. Kylie, the door's right there. You're
Just keep
so
swimming,
close to just
just keep
getting
swimming.
out of this room and getting out of this damn sunken castle with all this weird history that you all have with it.
Yeah.
Randy, Lothier, you hear something move, and then suddenly you hear the water be less full. But that doesn't make any sense. So, whatever, keep swimming. Sydney, Alona,
Yeah.
you see the movement after the fact.
Mm.
You see a tail whack, snack in the water. Bubbles rise. Blood trails. And then as the tail begins to leave your vision, you can see it turning around the bend, looking at you right in the eyes. Its lips parsed red with Dragon's blood, its teeth bared as its throat muscles begin to flex and undulate with a dragon-shaped bulge in its neck.
Oh
As the
my
water-
god!
As the water orm comes to you, Dragon, you've taken 90 damage, and you're beginning to be swallowed whole by the great water orm that lives in this sunken
Did
castle.
you just name a worm and take away the W?
Nope. Here's the funny thing. First of all, it's an actual Pathfinder Paizo character or creature called the Water Orm. Secondly, Orm is an old... Here I go. Orm is an old word for worm, which is also the predecessor to dragon. Because at the time, no one fucking knew that a snake or a dragon wasn't the same thing. And they didn't have words for snake. So it was all fucking worms. That's why WYRM for a dragon is the thing people use. Because they thought they were fucking snakes. And the only word they had for a snake was worm. Or, in the Old Norse, orm.
I learned today.
Are you ending the
By
episode
PJ.
there, PJ?
No, we still have to like another 10 minutes.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
So, Alona, you see that Dragon is being swallowed whole to death by the water orm and is coming your way.
Great.
What do you do?
Is it? Are we doing initiative? No.
I mean, if you want to, you're stuck in its body, confused as hell.
I mean,
I would imagine it's you just been snuck attacked.
I would hope that Alona also gets a sneak attack since she's the one who caught it on a nat 20. So basically what Alona is going to do is, oh no, that doesn't work. I can't use that. I got to touch Dragon. Oh well. I'm going to cast... If I hit it, is it going to hurt Dragon?
Give me a nature check.
Just do it at this point.
Because you're dying.
Just got wrecked.
That's a good point. That's fair. That's a 29.
29. Okay, so you know that right now being inside the creature will quickly kill him, especially considering how much damage he just took.
Right.
But he is also protected by the body of the creature. If you want to attack the creature, you're not going to attack him. However, and you don't quite know the exact amount yet, i.e. you didn't roll the right number yet, but you know that if you hit this creature enough while it's trying to swallow a full-grown man in armor, if you hit it just the right amount, it may spit him back up.
Great. Then I'm going to use Divine Wrath. Give me back my friend. Oh my god! It's another nat 20!
Yes! Yes! It's the year of Sidney!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All of 2020, she had cursed dice, and now, first game back, how many nat 20s have you been rolling? At least.
We've had a few nat 20s this game.
Yeah.
It's true. A lot of nat 20s come out. Kylie's had a few. I believe Rainey's had a
We've
few.
also seen some ones that were rolled.
We've also seen some ones. That happens. That can happen.
So since I crit on the attack, I double my damage, or do I? Yes.
If it's a roll to hit and it's a crit, it should be a double damage. Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm casting it heightened ones. This is a 5th level spell, so it's going to be 5d10.
Oh my god.
Okay. 5d10. So you're going to roll 5d10 and double that number.
My god.
This is our pacifist cleric, you guys.
This is our pacifist cleric.
Yeah, well, Dragon's not giving you shit for this one. Please.
Listen, even with 5d10, it's still not like the most damage ever, you know?
It's doubled.
Yeah, but it's still not the most
Right.
damage
That's
ever.
Right, but like
Depending
it's
on
still
how you
impressive, you know.
Yeah.
It's not the
It's not-
size of the numbers that counts.
Right. I'm not over here like Dragon with 262 damage.
It's fair.
272
60.
damage.
Yeah,
I got
60.
68.
Technically.
68 damage. What element was that damage, by the way?
For the Divine Wrath, it's
Mhm.
against the alignment of my deity, so I'm assuming it's lawful good damage.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So, So you describe for me what this spell is like when you cast it.
So it's in like it's got a range of 120 feet, and it's a 20-foot burst of just pure light. Like you see Alona like shoot her head, see the trail of blood that she can probably smell in the water because medical doctor, and like see this like gigantic form of Dragon in this thing's mouth, and she literally just whips her hands out and Hadouken.
Yes!
And you see this just gigantic Hadouken of light that shoots from her palms right at its face.
As the blast comes from your palms, and as this orm, teeth bared, Dragon just being swallowed inch by inch, as it's barreling down on you, the blast hits it in the face. You see it recoil from the blast, its eyes blink, its mouth opens wide, and Dragon is vomited back into the open waters from the mouth of the water orm.
Okay.
And as Dragon is spit out, 90 damage off of his total HP. At this point, I'm going to say the blood is way too potent for the shark not to smell in the water.
Yeah.
You become aware, Lothier, that something is not right.
Blood.
Kylie,
Please don't eat me.
give me a
Lothier.
second perception check with a +4 as you just heard this massive holy blast go off behind you.
Also, it's light, so like the whole place lit up, right?
Probably.
That's a. You said +4?
Mm-hmm.
29.
29. Yeah, your hands are at the edge of the door. Your eyes are looking in, and then like a depth charge going off behind you. The sound is, although muffled, omnipresent with the echoing of the water. The light, you can see it just ricocheting off the room in front of you. Now the question is, do you want to know what's behind you, or do you want to know what's in front of you?
My circus, my monkeys. I'm gonna look at everyone and see what's in front of me. Or I guess
Behind you where everyone
me.
else is?
Yeah.
Okay. So you turn, you see a massive water snake, the water orm, if you will, opening up its mouth, blood pouring out of its mouth and just becoming clouds into the dark, murky water as Dragon, 1 inch from death's door, gets spit out, and Alona's hands recovering from the blast, and you see Lothier in shark form turn. I would imagine you're turning, right, Randy? Yeah. Turn to face the orm. Are you going to join the fight?
You said I'm at the door?
Right there at the door, the cracked open giant stone door.
Can I get half my body in for part cover?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna turn and fire because
Okay.
no one
all
just
right.
eats my friend.
Rude.
I don't know if my arrows would work in the water, but this is what we're going with.
Let me check on that. I actually have the rules for aquatic combat up here.
If not,
You
I
know,
have
just
literally
in case
nothing.
that there was an aquatic combat.
In case you got far enough for it, yeah. I'm going to say, this is a challenge. I'm going to say you can, but you'll have half range before
How
you
far
start
is it
taking those
from-
range penalties. It is. Let me take a look at that map that I drew for you all. Where are you at? There you go. It's 50 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Easy. Okay. We're aiming and firing. There goes that dice. I don't know where it went. Retry. Yeet. Hold on. That is a 36 to hit.
That will. You said 36?
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Cool. We're gonna go for a second one, and I'm gonna activate one of my rings to avoid my penalty. Yeet. That's not gonna hit.
Oh.
Oh no.
I blame Adam. You jinxed me.
Oh no!
Why don't you roll damage? And while you're doing that, Randy, give me one action to close the episode on.
I'm going to. So, quick question, PJ, because
Mhm.
I'm not getting this from my character sheet. Wild shape is. It doesn't show a level on here, and I'm trying to see what level my wild shape is.
Okay.
So I wanted to get some clarification there.
Sure. Well, I believe Wild Shape, since it is a focus spell, that should automatically heighten to your highest spell.
So
You are
heighten fifth.
9th, so it'd be 5th level.
Ooh,
so that means-
my shark is a big shark boy. He is a huge size shark.
Oh, damn.
So that's why I was checking, because I wanted to see how big of. So if I am a giant shark, I'm about to chomp at giant water orm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's a
gonna.
kaiju fight.
It
Yeah.
really
Oh,
is.
Yeah.
We always have one.
Who's got the underwater popcorn?
So I'm going for it used its tail to like whip at him first, right?
It swallowed whole and then
whole,
and then
like,
spit
left.
up.
I'm still
So,
gonna
yeah.
grab it by its tail so it can't run away. I'm gonna mess up its swing.
All right,
So
give me an athletics check to grab its tail.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you have an attack that also gives you grab. I'm sorry, I totally stepped on your toes there.
Action jaws bludgeoning, I think. It's not. Yeah. What is action tongue? What do sharks? No, that's not.
Do sharks have a tongue attack?
No, it was a frog. I was looking at the wrong one.
Like,
I was really confused. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just that my attacks have an extra 15-foot reach. You instead, I have 20. Yeah, my attack modifier is 18 plus my level. So 27.
7. All right.
Let me roll. That is 18 plus 27.
18 plus 27, that's
wow.
45?
Oh, no. That's not my. Wait. Yeah, no. My attack modifier is 18 plus 27. Wait. I'm lying. 18 plus 18, 36. That's
36.
a much better number.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense, but that's still also a success. So really fast on to that, Kylie, what's the damage you did with that arrow that hit?
30.
30. Damn. Okay, 30. And what was your you're rolling to grapple or rolling to hit attack?
That was a roll to hit. And you asked for an athletics, so let me roll that. That is a 16 plus 20, also a 36.
36. Okay. So
I
give
have
me
a
that
plus
damage.
20 to athletics.
Give me that what's I'm looking for. Give me that damage really fast from that hit.
Because I get a plus 7 to that, and then 2d8 plus 7. 2d8 plus 7. Lost that dice. Ooh, hoo, hoo. 14 plus 8 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. Okay. So, with that, a good chunk of damage put on the board. The Orm is both wounded, embarrassed, and grappled. Alona has shot a huge salvo at its dome, arrows puncturing its body, and Randy biting and clenching down to make sure the Orm goes nowhere. But a bleeding, badly wounded, almost fatally wounded Dragon is now back in the water with only 8 HP left to your name? And that is where we're going to end episode 43, season 2 of Edge of Legend. Beyond that door lies the very thing they've come for, but a water orm that lived here saw otherwise. We'll see if they live to tell the tale. But until then, let us say our goodbyes and our goodbyes and our good nights, starting with Randy. Randy, please tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Howdy. I'm Randy Alvarenga. You can follow me at Twitter or Hive at Roller Raja. That's ROLLERRAJA to find some cool stuff that's going on. One thing that you should be on the lookout for is Harbingers, a Savage Worlds game set in the Deadlands Hell on Earth setting. So that's really cool. We shot it live in studio. Well, we shot it in studio. It's gonna air recorded episodes, but they're really cool, and you can watch old episodes now on YouTube at Harbinger's RPG. So check that.
Nice. Next up, we got Wes. Wes, please tell them who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, everyone. When I'm not here with these legends, I am also on another show with Randy and Sidney called Gravehaven, which is a blast. It shows up Fridays. Other than that, you can find me at Wes_IRL on all of the social media platforms. I post sometimes. I've been bad about it for the past year, but I'm going to be posting more. So yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Well, next up, we got Sidney. Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello! My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. When I'm not here with these amazing people, as Wes and I think Randy mentioned, we are all on a show together on Q Times called Gravehaven, which streams 8 p.m. PST on Fridays. It's the three of us and two other amazing creators, and our friend who is the incredible GM who created the entire world. Is a Southern Gothic campaign. So if that sounds like really cool to you, you should come check us out on Fridays. Other than that, other things maybe, but you can't talk about things until they're like super official and they tell you can talk about things. So like just follow me and you'll find out when I do stuff.
Yeah. Well, next and certainly not next and certainly not least, we have Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. This is currently all I have. Maybe I'll get to posting. Who really knows? I should be having some content up eventually. I might be on a few new shows this upcoming new year, so kind of keep an eye out and everything. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Guess that just leaves little old me. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ Megaw, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As well, of course, you can find Nat20 Productions all over the internet at Nat20 Productions or Production on Twitter. When I'm here, these legends on Wednesday, you can find me here, same Nat time, same Nat channel on Mondays for Wayward Arcadium, 8 to 11 p.m. PST. We have the final fight with the big boss coming this Monday. And then after that, we have finals because it is a school show. And then the Q&A week after that. And season 2 will be all wrapped up. Awesome stuff coming out with TANS, the All Night Society, which is a Vampire Masquerade podcast with Queen's Court Games, and more things as I can announce them. So that being said, until then, we are going to be rating Paul Dances. And I'll be right back. While I'm back, think about a raid cry. What's a raid cry we should use? Be right back.
Ow, a fish?
Powerful.
Dragon is a friend, not food.
Yeah, Dragon is friend, not food.
That's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Dragon is friend, not food.
Not food. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have shark senses? Now that you're a shark, are you, oh no, blood?
Yeah, blood. I'm into blood. I'm also huge. I didn't realize how big I was.
Yeah, what are the stats for you again?
So apparently
Damn.
I have a 15-foot reach.
God.
Have at least an extra 20 temporary hit points on top of what I have.
Oh my
AC is 18 plus my level, so which is 9, so 27 AC. So that's not too. That's like literally what it is. And then attack modifier. Oh wait, but PJ is gonna give me the thing to use my level up my AC
Does
a little
PJ
bit.
know we're raiding in like 3 seconds?
Oh.
Okay,
Hi,
have a good night,
everybody.
guys.
Good to see you! Yay! Oh wait, no, it didn't happen.
Oh, it's counting down. It's about to.
3,
No, it was
2,
fine.
1. There it goes.
Sorry.